With Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
What up? 10 o'clock on The Fan. Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash, not for a full 4 hours. We'll abbreviate it today because the New York Yankees are going to wrap up their 4-game series in Chicago against the White Sox, so we'll get the pregame show at you at about 1:30 today. Plenty of baseball, plenty of football to get to as the show rolls on, including the return of the very popular segment that Sean has been training for, New Team Who Dis, where we re-educate ourselves on all the NFL offseason moves. But last night in Chicago, July 29th, may not be something you remember a month from now, may not be something you remember 2 months from now. So when I say what I'm about to say, keep it in mind that the baseball season is a long-ass season, and the story of the Yankee season has not yet been written. But I think on a lot of levels, last night was the worst loss of the year because I think that loss, a game that is in their pocket, a game that they have won, when you have a 4-0 lead late in this game with your best pitcher on the mound dealing, you can't lose that game. When you have the opportunities to score runs, whether it was in the 6th, 7th, or obviously the extra innings, you can't lose that game. And then really to top it all off, which to me makes it the ultimate worst loss of the season, when you are an out away from escaping this, and Camilo Doval, of all people, is going to be on the mound to get the last out, you cannot have your backup catcher, for no reason whatsoever, trying to backpick a runner at third base and throw it in the left field. So I think when you add everything together, Teak, that was the worst loss of the season.
It was because of how frustrating it was that every moment that they had to seal it, they kept leaving the door open for the White Sox, who, like, they haven't played well in this series at all by any means. But as we talked about yesterday, they do have the ability to score runs if you give them opportunities. And when you have Cam Schlittler on the mound and it gives you 6 solid innings, you get into the 7th, start to get it beaten around a little bit, but 6 solid innings, you need to win that game, especially with how dominant he was. But I keep coming back to the same thing, and we ultimately will keep coming back to the same thing with this Yankee team. They don't hit. They are not consistent enough to beat up a team that got jumped on early. And it was like, all right, we're good. They did the same thing yesterday, by the way, or 2 days ago. You score 3 runs early, you score 4 runs early, and then it's like, all right, we're good. And that type of conciliatory mentality is going to get you beat when you play really good teams. Chicago's not a really good team. They should have won this game, but they gave an example of why they are so flawed. And if you're a Yankee fan, you have zero trust in what this team is going to do.
I mean, you're right. They scored 4 runs in the first inning, and while for most of this game, I think we all thought it was going to be enough, that them not doing anything offensively after the first inning would have just been like a talking point for 30 seconds, and we would have moved on because they won the game anyway. But you are right. I mean, they had a chance to chase a starting pitcher in the first inning in Davis Martin, and they didn't. He ended up turning around and going 6 innings. Right. And so the Yankee offense did go incredibly limp after the first inning, and I think that's why, to me, and I preface it again, the Yankees win today, they beat up the Cubs, they win the division. July 29th may be forgotten. It may end up in the dustpan of this season. But over the course of 162, in the moment, there are games that just sting more than others. I get how long the season is.
It's a long-ass season.
We know, Aaron. But in this moment, they gave you all the negatives in this loss. You mentioned the offense. It's a great point. You know, you forget about it because, well, they scored 5 runs. Yeah, they scored 4 runs in the first inning and didn't do a damn thing until they scored a Manfred man in the 11th inning. And by the way, in 2 of the extra innings, didn't score the Manfred man, which is inexcusable. So you got the offense. You have a bullpen that statistically has been really good this season, but ultimately, led by Paul Blackburn, who's been great this year, he failed. He gave up back-to-back home runs on 2 pitches.
Right.
Like, he failed. And then you had the defense. And you guys have stressed this a lot over the years in the Aaron Boone era, that they're not buttoned up and they make the big defensive miscue. And in this case, this defensive miscue pisses everyone off more because it wasn't just a physical thing. At least I didn't look at it as a physical thing. I looked at it as a dumbass thing.
Yeah.
Because with a runner on third and 2 outs, like if there's less than 2 outs and you have a 1-run lead in these extra innings, I get it. I get the gamble. I get it. Like, hey, we got to play on. Let's try to backpick him. Let's steal this out, and we can win. But you now have 2 outs. Camilo Doval, of all people, a guy you do not trust, but was on the mound because you didn't have any other options. He was about to get out of the inning.
Right.
All indications were he was going to get the save. And that probably would have been the positive talking point coming out of this game. That, how about Camilo Doval? Do we trust him again? Blah, blah, blah. And to have Ali Sánchez make that kind of mental decision, that reeks of the things that bother Yankee fans over the Aaron Boone era. A mental mistake ultimately cost them.
Yeah, look, and Aaron Boone says all the right things afterwards. Yeah, we don't want to not do whatever. How the hell he said it? It was weird. But ultimately, Ali Sánchez has to be X's and O's smarter than that. He has to be. And I know afterwards he was asked about this. I don't know if we have the audio on it, but he was asked about this because I don't pull audio like Evan does. But I saw the audio.
Yes.
And he said something like, yeah, well, we felt like we could pick him off because he was getting a little bit, him and Ryan McMahon. Me and McMahon thought we could get him because he was getting a little bit farther off. But that should be superseded by the fact that what you just said, Evan, there are 2 outs. Focus on the man standing right in front of you, not the guy standing on third base. Get the 3rd out, and the game is over. Like, to me, smart baseball players understand what they don't have to pay attention to. And with a guy on third base and 2 outs, you don't pay attention to the guy on third base. Just get the guy at the plate out, especially when you have a lead. Now, it's different if it's a tie game, and that could be the winning run. But you have a lead with 2 outs. You have to be smarter than that.
Baseball's a game of percentages. Sometimes we don't like math, but I think math equations are very helpful. When there's a runner on second or a runner on third and less than 2 outs, the odds of that run scoring are pretty high.
Yes.
They range somewhere between 55 and 80%. So there's a good chance when there's a guy on third and less than 2 outs, that run is going to score. Of course, unless you're the New York Yankees, and then they don't score. When there's a runner on third with 2 outs, the odds are very different. The odds are about 75% that run is not going to score. If there's less than 2 outs, understanding the risk of that run coming in on a fly ball to left field or a ground ball to second base, I'll take the risk.
Right.
I'll run a play. I'll try to pick the guy off third base. And by the way, if I throw it in left field, all right, I tried. The odds were high that run was going to score.
Anyways.
Once you get the 2nd out, you can't do it. And I'll give you another reason. I don't know if you've thought about this reason. Another reason why Ali Sánchez should not have attempted this. Camilo Doval is wild. He's incredibly wild. One of the other ways the White Sox could have tied that game in the 11th inning, and I thought was on the table, was Camilo Doval bouncing one, it getting past Sanchez, and the White Sox tying it on a wild pitch. Ali Sánchez needs to focus on that. He needs to know, all right, I got 2 things here. I got to get the out, but I also got to make sure I get down on any ball that's bounced and keep it in front of me to not allow Chicago to tie this game on a wild pitch. You've already got that on your mind with a wild pitcher. Why get cute trying to backpick a runner at third base?
Yeah, especially when you're not balanced. He wasn't balanced
at
when
all.
He threw the ball.
And I have to disagree with you, Tiki Barber.
Go ahead.
Because you uttered something, and I'm going to prove it with said audio that one pulled, that, quote, Aaron Boone said all the right things after the game. I disagree with that.
We're hell-bent on being a champion.
That was not after this game.
We're really good.
That was not after this game.
I feel like kind of kicking myself.
Not this game. But when asked about the Ali Sánchez play, which I think is the defining play of this game, despite all the other things that occurred, the offense not scoring runs, Blackburn giving up back-to-back home runs, trust me, there's plenty of things. I think the view that the Yankee fan had at 11:45 at night when they're all pissed off was Ali Sánchez trying to pick a runner off third base. So here's the exchange between Aaron Boone and Meredith Marakovich. And look, if you disagree and thought Boone answered this perfectly, God bless you. We'll fight. I thought this was a very bad answer. Take a listen.
Would you have liked to have seen Sanchez hold the ball there instead of trying to throw the runner out?
You just got to have a good throw. It's playing catch. So we're big leaguers, and we're not going to not do things. So, obviously an option's hold it. But, it comes down to, just playing. We got to play catch better there.
I need to clarify what my point was.
Okay, go ahead, because you hate that comment, right?
100%.
Okay, good.
But what do we always say about Aaron Boone?
What's that?
He will not call out one of his players.
Right.
He refuses. So when I say he's saying all the right things, I mean he's saying all the right things to protect his player.
Oh!
That's what he always does this.
Yes.
Does he not?
Yes.
Right. Oh,
Yes.
Joey Gallo's hitting the ball hard. Right. He's just getting a little bit unlucky. Little pop flies right to the right fielder, but he hit it hard. Right. Like Anthony Volpe, he's a good baseball player. Like, what are you talking about? He goes down on a knee to field every ball and skips it over to first base. Yeah, he's a Gold Glover. Like, he always protects his player. And I get it. So when I say he's saying all the right things, I mean he's saying all the right things for his team, to not put his team on blast. But, like, we're not going to not do things? I mean, what does that even mean? He should say, Ali Sánchez needs to know baseball better to not make that throw. Not make that throw. Because now, Ali Sánchez, who knows when it comes up again? He's going to do the same thing.
I think that
Aaron Boone said it was okay. I just got to make a better throw. That's not okay.
Of course not.
In
You're an
that
idiot.
situation, it is not okay.
I agree.
Just tell us it's not okay, Aaron Boone. Like,
There you go.
we're not going to not do things? What do you mean?
That would only apply if there's a stolen base attempt and a good throw gets the runner by a lot. And unfortunately, a bad throw is executed. It goes into the outfield and the runner scores.
Yeah.
Then I would understand the defense of, hey, we're not going to not play baseball. In this situation, and I just laid it out, I thought I did pretty well, about 2 outs, runner on third.
Yes.
Your priority is knocking any ball in the dirt down against Camilo Doval. The odds of getting out of the inning have now skyrocketed. That's a situation in which throwing to third to backpick the runner is not simply, well, we're playing baseball.
Right.
It's being too cute. And by the way, if you watch the play again, it's not like they had him.
Oh, he wasn't even close.
And Ryan McMahon was also not that close to third base.
He was. First of all, it's moving. It's two moving things. The guy going to catch the ball, Ryan McMahon, and the ball. Right. So the likelihood of that being bang bang, we nailed it, is so small. It's not worth it. Right. The reward is not worth the risk that you're making. And as a result, Ryan McMahon, he didn't even. It was weird, like how he trying to get to the ball and it just skipped, and he had no shot.
And what's frustrating is, and I was listening to our guys in the morning, Gio and Jerry, and Gio was making a point that I agree with, which is, hey, last night's loss is not on Aaron Boone. I agree with him. I'm not killing Aaron Boone for taking Cam Schlittler out. I'm not killing Aaron Boone for pinch hitting for Spencer Jones. I'm not killing Aaron Boone for his usage of the bullpen. The Yankees lost last night because of the Yankees. That was not manager malpractice. Now, I know that there are Yankee fans that will make it manager malpractice, and that's their prerogative. Here's my problem. While I agree with that point, Aaron Boone opening his mouth after the game and not giving the simple answer or the right answer about Ali Sánchez made it about Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
It made people want to call up Sports Talk Radio and rip the manager. So I'm going to make this clear. They didn't lose last night because of the manager. There are no moves that jump out as manager malpractice. But when he's asked a very simple, direct question about up to the game, all he had to do was say, you can't do that, Ali. That's it.
Right.
But instead he goes with this, well, we're playing baseball. It's just you got to have catch.
All right. We're not going to not do those things. Like, what?
Now, I don't know. Maybe Aaron Boone's an evil genius. Maybe the reason he says something as dopey as this is to take the attention away from the other aspects of the team.
Yeah,
I don't know. But he stole the attention by making that dumb comment.
I don't think he's trying to do that. I think he's trying to protect his player. But all we want to hear is that's not acceptable and it won't happen again. And the reason is because 2 years ago, when they're in the World Series and the entire regular season, they're beating the ball, kicking the ball around to the point where John is calling them out, right? Sterling is calling them out.
Yes.
They look like a bunch of drunk idiots or whatever. That was running the bases. But you know what I mean. It was all tied together, how they're not getting held accountable in the regular season, and then you get into the postseason and you see the same stuff. Right?
Yeah.
That's on coaching. That's on accountability. And so by not, and it's a simple thing. It's one game out of 162. This could mean absolutely nothing, them losing this game to the White Sox in this fashion. But if it happens again in the postseason, in a game that determines a series, guess what? We're going to come right back to this. Just like we did in 2024. We come right back to the same crap in the regular season that kills you in the postseason. And so, yes, it is not on Aaron Boone, But it is on Aaron Boone because you have to say, we can't do that.
Yes, the game wasn't on Aaron Boone. The comment after the game was on Aaron Boone.
Stick to football, Barber.
And it makes me think of something Pat Murphy said earlier this season. Pat Murphy's the manager of the Brewers. He's won manager of the year multiple times, and he's very different. He's very different than the New York baseball managers. And it was about Brandon Sproat. I'll bring it all together. Brandon Sproat was obviously key to the Freddie Peralta trade. Brandon Sproat had a bad outing, and Pat Murphy came out and said, it's not acceptable. And if he continues to do this, he'll be doing it in the minor leagues. And I remember being like, whoa, damn, okay. And it's easy to say that about a guy who has options and a guy who's a minor leaguer. It's easier. Like, are you going to say that about Christian Yelich? No. And I understand that. Ali Sánchez is the easiest guy to rip because in 72 hours, you can lock it up with a key. The New York Yankees are going to acquire a catcher. I don't know who it is. We could debate it. I've already predicted Tyler Stevenson. Sean has predicted Ryan Jeffers. It could be one of those guys. It could be none of those guys. But I believe to the corest of my bones that the Yankees are getting a catcher, which means Ali Sánchez is going to be either in the minor leagues or DFA'd. He's not going to be here. Ali Sánchez is not on the Yankees on August 5th. He'll be gone.
I'd love to fire his ass.
So it's easy, in my opinion, for Aaron Boone to say, without being a jerk, look, that was unacceptable.
Right.
And if that stuff happens, you're not going to be here. The same thing Pat Murphy said. You can borrow it. If you do that, you're not going to be here. Now, with that said, I love Ali. Hit a home run the other day. He's a hard worker. He knows he's screwed up. And I think it's such an easy thing to do because you're not going to do that about Jazz Chisholm. I mean, I understand that. I think most of us understand that.
Right.
But it was a missed opportunity. And it's funny to me because the more I talk about this with you, the more I do think Boone's a genius. Because we're talking about this as opposed to everything else that one could bring up about the Yankee loss last night.
Well, we're also tired about talking about how inept they are at scoring runs. So we go to something that's actually more interesting.
Yeah,
That's the Ali Sánchez moment.
And I think they tie in because while we all agree they're inept at scoring runs, and while we all agree they got bunched in the first, if I were to tell anybody, hey, you scored 4 runs in a Cam Schlittler start, I think we would all agree
they won.
That's enough.
Right.
Like, that should be enough in a game Cam Schlittler pitches into the 7th inning to win a baseball game. Yes, I would like more runs. So that's why I didn't even consider the offense as a bigger issue. But this just speaks to everything and everything you guys hammered home. And Evan, I don't know that Ali Sánchez isn't going to be here. They could trade Austin Wells in one of these deals. Somebody taps into that. Like, we don't know definitively, but that shouldn't matter. Aaron Boone this year already opened the doors to his willingness to finally call a player out when he went on Talking Yanks and called out Jazz Chisholm for the lollipop
Over
incident.
the dumbest thing ever.
Right.
That's the point. Now, while I screamed and yelled about the lollipop, and me and Tiki had some fun with that, in the end, it didn't actually cost the Yankees a baseball game last night. So if you have the ability to do that over, that's unacceptable, we can't do that, you cannot, with a straight face, watch what happened last night, which was by far the biggest blunder of the Yankee season, and in any way, shape, or form, defend that. That screams everything about the lack of accountability on the Yankees. And I know people get tired of hearing about that, but here's the truth. They don't have accountability. And the reason they don't have accountability is nonsensical answers on that follow up nonsensical plays like that are only going to lead to more nonsensical plays like that. That was by far, bar none, the most unacceptable post-game answer Aaron Boone has had as the manager of the Yankees. And frankly, I don't think it's hyperbole.
Right.
I don't know. If I had more time and willingness, I think I could find 5 worse answers. I think I could.
You're talking about a guy who is a baseball lifer, as a manager should know. That play on this team cannot happen. You cannot be making that throw. And I think Ryan McMahon understood they couldn't be making that throw, which is part of the reason he was out of position to begin with on making that throw.
Tiki, I'm curious. You're an independent arbitrator on this. Yeah. What was the dumber comment? Aaron Boone saying what he said yesterday and defending Ali Sánchez, or Sean Morash saying,
I feel nothing but 98 vibes.
Which one do you think was dumber?
Probably the latter.
Oh, the 98 vibes?
Yeah, because it's definitely not 98 vibes. The discipline isn't there.
Not anymore.
Right. The detail, the attention to detail is not there. But you keep going back. We keep coming up briefly, and we don't mention it. But the Yankees had Davis Martin up to 29 pitches.
Oh, yeah, in the first inning?
29
They
pitches.
could have knocked him out in the first inning.
29 pitches in the first inning.
They missed an opportunity on that.
And after that, it was just like, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. Like they couldn't make it difficult for him to get into the White Sox bullpen in the 3rd inning or the 4th inning.
And they should have.
And they absolutely should have. And if they had, this game is complete. They scored 8 runs.
Yes.
9 runs.
I agree with that. I think that's one of the myriad of reasons why, again, Yankees win today, they win tomorrow, they win the division. This will be an afterthought. The only time it wouldn't be an afterthought, to your point, is if the Yankees make a big mental mistake or defensive miscue. Mm-hmm. You will cite groupings of plays from the regular season and Boone's acceptance to it.
Well, that's one,
as an example.
That's what happened 2 years ago.
You're right. So I'll give you that. But this game in the moment is the worst loss of the year. But I'm also fully aware it's a long season and they could erase it quickly.
Of course.
But they did a lot of wrong things last night, and it's a game you should win. That's the bottom line. When you score 4 runs in the 1st inning, when you have Cam Schlittler on the mound and he's dealing, and even when Schlittler walks off the mound with a 4-1 lead and hands it to Fernando Cruz, who did a hell of a job, give him credit, you got to win that game.
Yep.
When it's 4-1 in the 8th inning, you got to win that game. Even in the 11th, when the White Sox are down to their final, you got to win that game, and they gave it away.
And this is no different than what we talked about last year with the Blue Jays. You're fighting with the Rays,
and every game matters.
As much as you hate to admit it, the Rays are keeping par.
I know. I mean,
and 2.5 games in front of you.
That was a big swing last night because Tampa Bay won.
Yes.
So they lost the game in the standings. And look, I've said this every year since we've worked together, and I don't remember when I started bringing it up when it became so obvious. But I'll say it again until it's been proven differently. When the Yankees have home field advantage, they win in the postseason. It's science.
Right.
It happens every time. And when they don't have home field advantage, they're very likely to lose. So right now, as they battle the Tampa Bay Rays for the American League East, I know it's baseball. Anything can happen. I'm a big proponent. Just get in. But the Yankees playbook has been, if they don't win the division, if they don't have home field, they get knocked out.
Right.
And if they win the American League East, very simple. If they win the American League East, they're the number 1 seed in the American League, and they are likelier than not to go back to the World Series.
Right.
So every game does matter. We'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Plus, I got to play for you Dave Sims and Susan's call of the Ali Sánchez throw. I think they described it beautifully. But right now, it's time for the Yankee turning point of the game. First call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN. We'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey, with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
The Make This the Summer event is happening right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees. But hurry, before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
I'm Galen, co-founder of Brooklyn SolarWorks. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I get unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything we buy to run our solar business gives us cash back that we put back into the neighborhood, donating solar panels to community gardens.
Chase Inc. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
The appetite for destruction returns. Guns N' Roses. World Tour 2026. One night. MetLife Stadium, August 12th. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
Which Gino are we going to get? We're going to get the distracted one with all the stuff off the field. We're going to get the one that was, pretty decent back in Seattle a couple years ago. I don't think you'll get the one that you saw last year.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
I hope that John Harbaugh goes hard as hell on these guys so that they're prepared for what the regular season and the NFL is.
The greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 101.9 FM WFAN.
That was a great promo of MVP Boomer Esiason, giant legend Tiki Barber. You want to hear what they have to say. And I agree. I mean, you guys are awesome. But that promo also makes it seem like, who gives a crap what anyone else says? Just ignore Gio, Carton, Sean, and Evan. It don't matter. They don't know anything. They've never been in a locker room. So great promo, because I do have nothing but respect for both you and Boomer, and you do bring incredible insight that we could never imagine giving based on your experience. But that promo was basically just ignore everybody else, right, Sean?
Yeah, it also sounded like, don't expect to hear any other paid-for guests. We already pay these two guys right here on the Fan.
Wow. So now you're calling the company cheap? That was harsh.
Come on, that was a little fun.
Damn. Oh, okay.
Sean?
A butthole.
It's cold-blooded.
That was.
That being said, the Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The Yankees did get that dominant Cam Schlittler start and completely unraveled after the 7th inning. Ali Sánchez would throw a ball into the outfield with 2 outs, allowing a tying run, and eventually the Yankees would lose 6-5 in the 12th inning. The Mets won 3-2 in Game 1 of the doubleheader, lost 1-0 to Chris Sale in Game 2, but still good enough to win a series versus Atlanta this week at Citi Field. And, of course, the buzz had a Giants camp yesterday is that Malik Neighbors looked like Malik Neighbors, and when Malik Neighbors looks like Malik Neighbors, he's Randy Moss.
There you go. I was going Jerry Rice, but you can go Randy Moss. We'll get to the Giants and Jets coming up a little bit later on. Before we get to your calls, I want you to hear this, because this was artistry from Dave Sims and Susan Waldman last night. A part of why this broadcast, and it started with John, but Dave has done a great job of continuing it, is they're gonna freaking tell you how they feel.
How it should be, by the way.
Of course. You remember what you said in the opening segment about John Sterling?
Run the bases like drunks.
One of my favorite lines of all time.
Right.
So here we are last night. It's 11:30 at night. Yankees are about to win. Dave Sims is thinking about the food he's going to eat at the hotel. Susan's like, I'm out of here. It's been a long night. They got a day game the next day, and the Yankees are going to win. Until Ali Sánchez made this decision.
Throw down to third. Oh, no, it gets past. McMahon into left field. Tying run at 5. That was so unnecessary. Try to pick a guy off at third in the 11th inning with 2 outs. That was ill-advised, and that is the understatement of the month.
Wow.
That was not necessary. Even with a good throw, it didn't look like it was going to be close.
Oh, man. No need
Ali
of that.
Sánchez, oh my, what were they, why'd they put that play on?
No need of that.
I love Susan's first expression when it's in the middle of happening. She's like,
Very nasty.
Susan's the best because she may have only uttered about 6 or 7 words.
Yes.
6, 7. In the middle of that. But her words and her tone is powerful.
100. It tells you, because you're feeling it.
Yes.
She's saying or expressing or emoting exactly what you're feeling.
No doubt. And Dave Sims was right. I mean, there's no reason to make that throw. Now, I would guess that was the turning point of the game.
That was not the turning point.
Was it?
That was, in fact, the turning
How
point.
could
of the
it
game.
not be?
Because you could take blowing the lead. You could take the Murakami home run off of Paul Blackburn, tied the game up. And they did have a 4-0 lead.
They still had it was tied.
I get you.
Yeah, you essentially won the game.
It didn't turn to when they lost until Ali Sánchez thought he was, I don't know who.
Pudge Rodriguez.
Pudge Rodriguez, great. I was going to say Johnny Bench or somebody.
Wow. Listen,
when Pudge Rodriguez is Pudge Rodriguez, it's Johnny Bench.
There's never a wrong answer with Johnny Bench. If you wanted to do Johnny Bench, that was fine. That'd be very impressive.
I was just thinking about, what was it called, that show? The kid show with the kids.
No.
The kids show with the kids? You're gonna
Sesame
have to be more
Street?
descriptive.
No, Johnny Bench.
What kid show did
you guys
Johnny Bench was a kid show with kids?
No, he had a kids show.
See, I'm not aware of Johnny
It
Bench's
was a
kid
baseball show.
I'm aware of him being like the greatest catcher of all time.
I don't know why I remember seeing this when I was a kid. It was Johnny Bench on a diamond with the kids teaching baseball. Am I thinking about the right person?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. You sure not thinking about Fred McGriff with Tom Amansky?
No. How do you got God,
You know what would be an incredibly fun game with Tiki Barber, since you become a baseball guy, but your baseball knowledge comes from weird times, if I just say to you,
The baseball bunch.
what the hell is that?
Are you kidding?
I didn't see the baseball bunch.
Evan.
What?
Oh,
Did I miss it?
oh,
What?
Evan.
What?
The baseball bunch was. I mean,
What?
I'm gonna go find all.
Should I know the baseball bunch? Like,
Yes.
is this an offensive thing?
It was 5 seasons.
What year?
It was way before you. It started in 1980.
All right. Well, I was born in 83.
It aired on Saturday mornings. I remember that because I was a kid. I was 5 years old. From 80 to 85.
And Johnny Bench was on the show?
Saturday mornings,
Right.
It was Johnny Bench on a diamond with little kids teaching the fundamentals of baseball.
Huh.
It was actually kind of cool.
Wow.
And that's how I know Johnny Bench.
I mean, you were right.
I wasn't watching the Reds from Southwest Virginia.
Big Red Machine
I was
wasn't
like,
your
the
thing?
Big Red Machine? Who the heck is that? The only time I got into the Reds was when I was like 10 or 12 and I realized that their owner was racist. And so
Marge Schott?
Yeah.
Now we're wow.
So I feel like Johnny Bench was the face of baseball for my era kid.
Wow. If I say to you a position without even thinking, and you just tell me the baseball player that comes to mind, I think the results would be fascinating. So catcher is obviously Johnny Bench.
Yeah.
Center field. You're thinking too
Dale
much.
Murphy.
Dale Murphy? That's a new game we're going to play. We're just going to ask Tiki questions and see what jumps out in his mind.
It's funny because when I think of center field, I want to say Junior Griffey, but I
Right.
think he played right field.
No, he played center field.
Did he?
Ken Griffey Jr. is one of the greatest defensive center fielders of all time.
Why do I see him running from the right?
I mean, he may have played a corner outfield position at the very end of his career.
From my right eye going into my left eye.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Dale Murphy's a great pull, though. But that also shows you your era. It's early to mid-'80s Atlanta Braves, which is like right up your alley.
Well, you know I was a Braves fan.
No, I know.
It was a TBS.
I get it, Superstation. So, I mean, I can't even crap on the answer. It's a great answer. It's just, it's funny. When I said center field, the first thing that came to my mind was Juan Lagares.
Juan Lagares?
Yeah.
Why?
I have a story. I can't tell the story. I've been sworn to secrecy. All I'll tell you is I had a Juan Lagares bobblehead and he got decapitated. And I can't explain what happened.
Oh, man.
I just can't explain what happened. But it was definitely a story that I like to think back on.
Was it the Gold Glove one?
I don't remember what it was. All I know is he lost his head. And I didn't care. Now let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Ellie in Fallsburg. Good morning, Ellie.
Good morning.
What's up?
My favorite, Evan, you are my favorite baseball freak genius human. Now that we got that.
All right, thanks.
Now that we got that out of the way, so you presented some, numbers on, the percentage amount of time of blah, 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 that whole thing that you opened with. Now, take out the random pitcher and put in Mr. Doval, who is known for just completely imploding and walking entire sections of lineups and whatever. So reframe that and tell me, is there a shot that the guy Sanchez was just so desperate to get out of the inning, and he's like, Doval's just going to walk the next 6 batters, and everybody knows that the person behind him is Yarborough, who's going to come in and give up the game anyway, like he did a couple nights ago with Philly.
The only reason I can't go with that is so you're telling me to re-edit my numbers with Doval on the mound. Well, that means I also have to re-edit my numbers when Doval was facing the White Sox with a runner on second, nobody out, and got 2 guys out. So if those numbers are edited and the numbers on the percentage of the guys scoring with a runner on third and 2 outs are edited, it's still a huge jump that you have a much better chance of getting through that inning. And also the point I made is because Doval is so wild, the other thing that Ali Sánchez has to have on his mind is blocking a ball in the dirt.
Right.
And not overthinking a back pick at third. I just don't think there's any excuse for it. And it's just one of those baseball decisions I think is dumb. Like some things are just execution. And yeah, he made a bad throw.
Right.
But what bothers me and should bother every baseball fan is not just the bad execution, but the bad idea around it.
Right.
There's 2 outs. You don't need to be desperate, even with Camilo Doval on the mound.
When you're listening to Dave Sims, it almost sounds like it was prepared, like they talked about it.
Okay, and I understand why he thought that after the game Aaron Boone was asked, and he said it was not.
Yeah.
It was not a play that the Yankees put on.
Yeah, because it would seem like it would be something that the Yankees would put on because when you listen to Ali Sánchez, he basically said, yeah, me and Ryan McMahon saw that he was getting a little bit of a, and it didn't make any sense.
But
how did they communicate?
That is the semantics on it, though. Apparently, Ryan McMahon and Ali Sánchez did somehow communicate that they thought they had a chance to pick the runner off. My point was it didn't come from the bench. So
yeah. No,
was it a play between the two of them? Yes, but it did not come from Aaron Boone.
Yeah, but my point is, how did they communicate that unless they did it on the bench?
I would assume during one of the mound visits, or I would assume on the bench prior to the inning, saying if this situation emerges.
Right.
I think there's a lot, or maybe just signals. Maybe they got hand signals for this kind of crap. Who the hell knows? Let's go to Eddie on Long Island. Hey, Eddie.
Eddie, what's up?
All right, Eddie, we got to put you on hold. Sorry. Derek in Pennsylvania. What's up, Derek?
Hey, I was just going to say that I did think that it was coming from Boone based on his what he said in the interview.
No, he was asked point blank, and I'll pull that exact audio if you want me to prove it. But I think he was asked point blank, did that come from you guys? And he said no.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was anything to even interpret. What did you hear that made you think otherwise?
Well, I thought I heard him say we thought we had a chance or something like that to get him because he was leading so far off. And with him saying we, I kind of was thinking that it may have come from him.
I think we is sometimes just we as the team, not necessarily we came up with that play. And I think sometimes you always try to make it about the team and not they did this.
Right.
They lost the game.
It was all of us.
They screwed up. It's we as in we're in it together. Mike's in Middletown, New Jersey. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
What's up,
Tiki? Man? You and I are about the same age, Tiki.
Yeah.
I remember the baseball bunch, and the best part was the San Diego Chicken, who was the comic foil.
That's right. Always.
Evan, you have to watch the show with your kids and do a Rico on it. You would love this show.
I just texted them the YouTube link to the first episode.
I think I'm going to save it for the lockout. When I have nothing to do and I'm desperate for baseball, I'll watch the baseball bunch.
It was really good though.
Was Johnny Bench the only player on it? Did they have other players?
No, they would have other players that would come on, but Johnny Bench was like the host.
He was the guy. Is this the theme?
Yes.
All right, let's listen.
Hi, I'm Johnny Bench, and I'm here with the only three players who have been on my baseball bunch team for all 5 years. Sam, Michelle, and Louie. Bunch, there's somebody else who's supposed to be here.
Who's that, Johnny?
Oh, jeez. The acting is top notch.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Kool-Aid Man.
Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah, he had special guest appearances from all kinds of characters in 80s television.
I was expecting like Ricky Henderson. You tell me Kool-Aid Man? I was expecting Cal Ripken Jr. You told me Kool-Aid Man?
Hey, Kool-Aid.
I thought Tony Perez was going to show up or Pete Rose. I get Kool-Aid Man? Yeah, I think that's lockout material. Because when there is a lockout, and it will be very long and very arduous, I'm going to look for programming. Around my normal schedule of the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs. I'll stick in a baseball bunch. Let's go to Josh in the Bronx. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
I have a crazy trade proposal, which I know is out of whack. It's not going to happen, but I think it makes sense for both teams. But before I get to that, I just wanted to say I don't understand why Met fans are not showing up to Citi Field. I'm a season ticket holder. I still go to about every single game. You could get tickets for $7 to $10 a ticket.
Oh, wow.
Steve Cohn's giving everybody $10 with each ticket at concessions. You could practically sit anywhere you want. The guards don't care. I mean, it's still a fun atmosphere, and you're still watching a baseball game. Like, just go out and enjoy the game.
I think the reason to answer that, or my answer to that, is that even with tickets incredibly cheap on SeatGeek, and he's right, like you can get it cheap tickets, you still got to pay for parking.
Yeah.
Even with the ticket vouchers, you're still buying food.
That's the biggest one is parking.
And people don't want to go to watch a baseball team that had huge expectations that are playing out the strength.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is they're actually playing some pretty decent baseball.
I know, but it doesn't matter in terms of...
Of course, because you're not getting anywhere. Like, you can play really good, maybe even great baseball over these next couple of weeks or whatever it may be, and you're not going anywhere.
And look,
it is nice to see you had three basically solid quality starts in a row, correct?
Yes, it was the first time all year the Mets had 3 consecutive starts of 6 innings or more.
Yeah.
I fact-checked that on the Rico last night.
That's right.
And I get it because I feel the way our last caller feels. Like, I love going to the ballpark. And I told my wife
you were there last night.
I did not. I ended up not going last night. Nah, it was. Listen. You really want me to break this down?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. You got to have consequences. And if the kids aren't listening, they can't get rewarded by going to a Met game. Simple as that.
That's solid.
Simple as that.
I give you a pound for that one.
Thank you very much.
That's solid.
Really my wife's decision. Nah, I'm kidding. I agree with her. Listen, we just can't reward. But I love going to games. I may go tonight. I'm definitely going Friday. So I understand his point. But do not be surprised. And let me give you some facts to back up the fact that no one's going to Met games. The three lowest attended games based on paid attendance were these 3 games against the Atlanta Braves. Prior to this series against the Braves,
this is the Braves.
And this is the Braves. The smallest crowd of the year on announced attendance was 31,000 people for a game in the middle of June against the Chicago Cubs. All 3 games against Atlanta were below 30,000.
Wow.
First time all season long.
It's also the middle of the summer. And so...
It's not that. It's the fact they suck, Tiki.
Of course it is that they suck. But it is in the middle of the summer, and you'd rather be doing something else.
Tiki. No.
I'm telling you.
If they were good, the attendance would be high.
Right, but if it was spring, you probably, and you weren't off of school and not traveling.
That's not true. I can give you the attendance from the middle of April.
What was it?
It was great. They were packing 38,000 people every single night.
But were they as bad?
Who is bad?
The Mets.
No, that's my point. The attendance stinks because they're bad. It has nothing to do with the day of the week.
I think so.
0, bro. I'm giving you the numbers. In April, May, and June, they were drawing a lot better than this. And obviously, they also made that mistake where they didn't put single-game tickets on sale for the second half of the year until the team was bad.
Right.
So they also made like a horrible business decision. But yeah, going to a ball game is still fun. Like going to a baseball game is still a lot of fun. But don't be surprised why people aren't going.
Yeah.
don't act confused. I think it's easier. Like, I'll give you a great example. I think it's a great example. The Brooklyn Nets last year drew really well.
Mm-hmm.
They were one of the worst teams in basketball. When you go into a season knowing they're going to be bad, you're buying tickets knowing that you're seeing the opponent, you're going for the experience. You don't have any expectations. But when you go into a season like the Mets, where there are championship or playoff aspirations, I think it's a tougher sell. Hey, come for the experience. That's an easier sell when you already know going into a season you're going to be bad. Let's go to Eddie on Long Island. Hey, Eddie.
Hey, how's it going? You guys were talking about Boone managing that game last night, and I'll tell you what, that catch just through the game. They were up by 1. All they had to do was get one round. They win the game. But I thought that Boone made a great job when he put Volpe in there. He got sacked.
Well, you're cutting out, but I'll let Sean take over because I know, Sean, you had an issue with Anthony Volpe coming into this game for Spencer Jones.
I did too. Spencer Jones, forget all the lefty-righty crap. He's the guy that delivers the big blow. He comes up, 2 innings later and gets a hit. Again, this just has that feel of momentum or whatever. You have a stifling, shuffling, scuffling offense.
Right.
And your one offensive, hot hand last night was Spencer Jones, who, by the way, is good in the outfield and is your best, fastest base runner. So he does other things as well. Taking him out of the game when it's not exactly like it's Babe Ruth who's available behind him, I thought was absurd. And to me, this Yankee roster is not in a place to be, kind of cherry-picking lefty-righty matchups when a guy's hot, let him get hot. How's Spencer Jones ever going to learn how to hit both sides of pitching if in this moment with this weak a lineup, he's not allowed to?
Because you're not the Mets. The Mets need to let their young guys learn and growing experiences. You're not growing. You're trying to win.
But who
you're trying to win a
Volpe's
division.
Coming in for him there, dude.
Volpe, I know this is sacrilegious to say. Anthony Volpe has actually played reasonably well.
Who was the Yankees' best player last night?
Who's their best player last night? Cam Schlittler.
Oh, okay. Who was their best 1 through 9?
Oh, we're going to go with Spencer Jones because he hit the home run in the first inning.
And then followed it up with a hit. And it's, again, the fielding, the base running. Like, the intangibles.
Best player had a couple of hits. I mean, Jesus.
Evan,
put the guy in Hall of Fame already.
But who else did?
This is an offense that's struggling. If a guy is giving you a night, don't remove him from that game for somebody that, more often than not, is a net negative to this team.
There are manager moves that are inexcusable. And then there are what I like to call the coin flip managerial moves, where it's a good debate. It's a fine debate. Not saying you're wrong, but it can go either way. I think pinch hitting Spencer Jones with Anthony Volpe is a coin flip kind of move because the matchup clearly dictates Volpe.
Yeah.
But I understand Spencer Jones had a couple of hits in the game. You're bringing up hey, I want to test him. I don't really love Volpe. But I don't think that's egregious. And that's why I said when we've been talking about Boone, Boone's biggest faux pas was what he said after the game. It wasn't what he did during the game.
Right.
Like, I don't think any of these moves were egregious.
I agree that. I agree that 100%. Because even if he did rip them in public or have issue with it in public, because I got asked this question by a friend. Great leaders don't send conflicting messages.
Oh, you mean like if he ripped them behind the scenes?
Yes, and then out publicly was what we just heard.
Right.
It's all good, and you got to. We're not going to not make baseball, but that's not what great leaders do. There is no ambiguity because Ali Sánchez, I don't know if he even paid attention to you when he's ripping you, but what you will hear repeatedly over and over again. It was okay. He just got to make a good throw.
Did coaches ever do that, though, with you guys?
No.
Where they would
Dude, when Fossil or Coughlin was mad at me, I'd hear it in the media before he said it to me. And he'd say it worse to me. There was no ambiguity. It was never, it's okay.
Speaking of Tom Coughlin, you will hear from Tom Coughlin today. Not as a guest, but because that's the sound effect that Tiki uses when we play the game New Team Who Dis. Do you have it ready?
Tiki, I saw you carry over here once.
We both played it at the same time.
Well, my screen kind of blacked out. My screen's weird. These things are jacked up.
Oh, you're already making excuses? So when we play New Team Who Dis in about 40 minutes, and I name a player, and Sean and Tiki are competing to guess where that guy is, the button that Tiki presses is...
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Sean's button. What's your button again? I forgot.
I remember, but I think I can't find it.
Oh, God.
I have a bunch of other ones. It could be this.
Your sister's ass!
No, it's not that.
Oh, I found it.
Ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
There it is.
There you go. So coming up at 11:30, we'll play another edition of New Team Who Dis.
New Team Who Dis. New Team Who Dis. New Team
By the way,
Who Dis.
Evan,
yes,
notable guest on the baseball bunch.
Yes,
Ted Williams.
Wow.
George Brett. Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh, so Cal was on.
Mike Schmidt, Tom Seaver, Pete Rose.
That's a list right there.
Johnny Baseball.
That's a who's who.
Ozzie Smith and the chicken.
And the San Diego Chicken. We'll get back to your calls coming up, but I did have a thought watching the Yankee game last night, and it's one of those, Sean was bragging yesterday how he was getting ahead of a conversation when he said that he wants the Tennessee Titans to win games early so they don't go into the Giants game week 3 at 0-2. And he was like, look, I'm just thinking ahead. I was thinking ahead last night. I was honored by Sean Morash. He was in my head.
Oh.
As Cam Schlittler was dominating, I started thinking to myself, who's the Yankees' game 1 starter in a playoff series? Is it Cam Schlittler or is it Garrett Cole or is it Max Fried? We'll discuss it. I even put a poll out on social media. We'll see what the Yankee fans have to say. And, of course, we talk to you at 888-808-1019.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Hollywood writers couldn't have written a better script for the final start for Detroit Tigers' 2-time Cy Young Award-winning pitcher Tarik Skubal. Skubal leaves yesterday's game against the Orioles with a 7-0 lead, and the Tigers lose in extra innings to the Orioles 10-9. Detroit is now 7 games under 500 and needs to trade Tarik Skubal as we head into Monday's MLB trade deadline. I'm Nick Costos.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done, fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size, fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams, Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. Head to dripdrop.com now and use promo code RADIO20.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends August 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
The Make This the Summer event is happening right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees. But hurry, before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I just got an email, and it was sent literally as a caller called up our show and asked very innocently to Tiki and I, hey, I'm a Mets season ticket holder. How come people aren't going to games anymore? Like, it's so much fun, and the prices are discounted. Like, I don't get it. And I tried to respectfully explain to him that people don't want to watch crappy baseball. So this guy, Ron, emails me, and he's very upset. He writes, that guy who just called up pisses me off. He sounds like he loves losing. We all know that it's still a good experience at the park. We get it. We've been there. But how can you enjoy watching this product? I'm canceling my plan today, actually, since the renewal window is open, which they should rename the cancellation window.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that guy's innocent question really pissed him off. I have an innocent question. I don't know if it's going to piss you guys off, because I was thinking about it last night. Back days, we saw Max Fried, Garrett Cole, and Cam Schlittler. And I think Garrett Cole is reminding us that he may be back. And we all know who Garrett Cole is. He's got oodles of postseason experience. He's pitched very well in big games for the most part. I know you can nitpick the 21 wild card game against the Red Sox, but for the most part, the numbers are the numbers. I'll never forget short rest Game 5, 2020 ALDS. But Garrett Cole's an ace. He was signed to be an ace, and since the moment he got here, he has been looked at as the ace. But you've got Cam Schlittler, who's been pitching incredible this season. Who is the Game 1 starter for the New York Yankees? Has Schlittler taken that away from Garrett Cole, or do you still give Garrett Cole, based on all that experience, the nod? Now, I put a poll out, and I included Max Fried, just to be nice.
Yeah.
Because Max Fried's also won a championship. Like, it's not as if he's a nothing. And if you remember back, he was the Game 1 starter last year. So, obviously, it's not like he hasn't done it before. But I also understood the combo of him coming back from injury, the fact that he hasn't done as much as Garrett Cole here, hasn't been as dominant as Cam Schlittler. I fully expected he was just, he was going to get run over. Who is your Game 1 starter?
It's not Max Fried, mainly because I don't trust him fully yet to go deep into a game. And I love what Cam Schlittler is doing, but it's got to be Garrett Cole. And the reason is that, let's say Garrett Cole starts Game 1, he has to come back on short rest. Who do you trust more to a second time seeing the same team to be just as good the first time?
I trust Garrett Cole. Is that what you're telling me?
Garrett Cole.
Why?
Because he's done it before.
Well, so is Cam. Cam hasn't beaten the Red Sox a couple of times now.
Yeah, but not in the postseason.
Well, he hasn't. He's only made 2 postseason starts.
Exactly.
Oh, so you're going with the experience of Garrett Cole.
I'm going with experience.
Okay, look, here's the deal. Cam Schlittler is this team's ace. To me, I don't even think that's a doubt anymore. He is the ace. He might be the best pitcher in baseball.
He may win the Cy Young this year.
Might win the Cy Young. However, the Yankees also have a luxury of not viewing the postseason in terms of lining up your ace the same way other teams do when you have 3 of these guys. So the way I want to do this, I want to go backwards in. I want my ace to be the guy I know is getting the ball in a Game 7. Therefore, I want Cam Schlittler starting Game 3. I want Garrett Cole to start Game 1, Max Fried to start 2, obviously Schlittler 3, and then insert whether it's Rodon if he's healthy or Clark Schmidt. And then I'm going, we just saw what this could look like.
Yeah, but you're getting way too cute. Game 7s don't always happen. And you'd be
he's
very
talking Game 5. Though.
But hold on, though.
No, he's talking Game 7 because if Schlittler starts Game 3, he's going backwards in. There's a decent chance he only makes 1 start in a best of 7 series. You can't do that.
No, I can, because it also shows the confidence I have in Cole and Fried, and I have to play it as if you're not going to win every game with this freaking offense. So to me, I'm going Cole, I'm going Fried, I'm going Schlittler, and then I know I'm lined up in the elimination games of 5, 6, and 7 like that as well. And I know in Game 7, balls to the wall, I trust the Cam Schlittler before I trust those other guys.
So it's almost like you didn't really answer the question because you framed it differently. You said, look, my Game 1 starter isn't my ace, so it's Garrett Cole, but I don't trust him the most. Isn't that kind of like a weird way to answer?
Yeah, exactly.
I trust him all the way, but in terms of a Game 7, man, there was something about the way Schlittler pitched last year versus Boston that I want that when there's no other tomorrow.
All right, let me frame this better for you then, because you got very cute and you also jumped a few rounds. Let's say the season ends today the way the standings sit.
They're in the wild card. I'd still start him Game 3.
You still start him Game 3?
Yeah, well, with the ability to know if I lose Game 1, I'm going to start him in Game 2.
Okay, so it's basically the strategy I had last year that was disagreed upon. Remember I was throwing that out there?
Yes.
About keeping my best for Game 2. And
Absolutely.
Then, okay.
And again, I think in other years, I wouldn't agree with myself.
Let me edit it again. You've won the division. Congratulations. The Tampa Bay Rays have gotten out of the wild card series. You're all rested, ready to go. It's a best of 5 series against Tampa Bay.
I'm starting Schlittler in Game 2, Cole in Game 1.
All right, so either way, you're starting Garrett Cole in Game 1.
It's best of 7 where I get to Game 3.
Right.
I want him pitching all those win or go home, and I'm not going to go, oh, what if we don't get there? Well, I have trust in Fried and Cole that we will get there.
I put a poll out on social media. It is overwhelming. And I framed it as who should start Game 1 of a playoff series for the New York Yankees. And I don't think everyone's getting cute the way Sean is. 69% nice pick Cam Schlittler. And I agree with them. And I'll tell you why I agree with them. because this is about today. This is about right now. This is about who do I trust in this moment. And I believe that young pitching eventually takes the mantle away from veteran pitchers. When is that moment where you trust somebody? It varies for everybody. But I think Cam Schlittler has checked all the boxes because last year he made 2 postseason starts. One, everybody remembers. The other one people forget about. But the one we all remember against the Red Sox occurred in this incredibly high pressurized spot, and he delivered one of the great postseason performances you'll ever see.
Right.
The only reason it's not the best is because it was the wild card series. You put that performance in an LCS or a World Series, we're talking about one of the great postseason performances of all time. So he's already shown he can do it. He is currently the best pitcher in the American League. And so as much as I appreciate what Gerrit Cole has done, and I love that he's in my rotation, I would still agree with the masses and hand the baseball to Cam Schlittler in the biggest of spots. And a part of it is that this is about right now. And right now, he's the best. And who knows, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, we're talking about Cam Schlittler as a better overall pitcher in his career than Gerrit Cole.
That's going to be hard.
It's hard, but it can be done.
Yeah.
Sure.
But he's got a lot of baseball still left before he can start scratching that little whatever Gerrit Cole has presented.
I get it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying he's got a chance to do it. So I'm with the masses. I think he's done enough where, but here's what's funny to me. While I'm giving you my opinion.
You know what's funny is it's a rich person's problem.
It's a very rich person's problem. No doubt. Like, it's great to have 3 potential aces.
Which is why it's even a debate.
Yeah, it's a fun debate. There's certain debates are depressing because you're debating, like, sad stuff like which team sucks more.
It's not really a fun debate because it doesn't matter what the answer is. You're not wrong.
Well, of course it matters. I mean, you don't think that opinion will be scrutinized based on the way the guy pitches and the results of a series?
No, because I expect all 3 of these guys to be elite by the time they get to the postseason. So it's not going to matter.
Well, but the results in the postseason always matter, and we define it.
But Cole and Schlittler, no matter what, are pitching twice in postseason series outside of the best.
Let me walk you through why it matters and the way things will be perceived, right or wrong. You could disagree with it. I may even disagree with it. If they start Gerrit Cole in a wild card series, let's say they're in the wild card series, and he starts game 1 and gets bombed, and that can happen. He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? He gets bombed.
Right.
Even if Schlittler comes back and shoves in game 2, if they lose game 3, there will be Yankee fans who say, you know what the mistake we made is what if we started game 1, Schlittler would have been up 1-0. It changes everything. I do
but that's
think
going to happen no matter who you start.
It doesn't matter. The perception will be Boone made the wrong decision going with Cole over Schlittler. So to say it doesn't matter, I disagree with you. It will matter.
Okay, no. What I'm saying is if you go Schlittler over Cole and the same thing happens, you're going to have the same reaction.
Oh, I agree.
So no matter what, if that scenario occurs, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. This is starting Cole over Schlittler. It doesn't matter. So, you just got to hope that doesn't happen.
I think Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman, because I do think in this regard this is a group thought. It's a group decision. I've defended that managers make their own decisions. We've argued about that a lot. But I think when it comes to which game a starter should start, I do think that's an organizational discussion. I don't think they're going to agree with me. I think if I had to predict right now, Gerrit Cole's getting the ball in game 1. I think that there's more of a trust in him. I think that the salary plays a small part of it, but they pay him a lot of money. Yeah. They expect him to be the ace. And there's almost a respect to Gerrit Cole. And I respect Gerrit Cole, too. You guys noticed that when Schlittler was pulled last night, he didn't go right in the locker room. He sat next to Gerrit Cole. And Gerrit Cole, like his daddy, was telling him a bedtime story. I mean, they were probably breaking down every pitch sequence from that 7th inning. And that's a compliment to Gerrit Cole.
Cole laughed at him.
I didn't notice a laugh.
Did you know? Oh, it was the first thing I noticed because it made me laugh. Because Schlittler came off the mound all pissed off because his scoreless streak had gotten snapped, and you could tell he was muttering, cursing himself. And Gerrit Cole swung around the stairs to him, and he's laughing at how angry Schlittler is because he's
be a man.
Wow,
be a man.
Calm down. You just pitched your heart out, man.
I get it though because it was. I mean, he had a perfect game through 4 innings.
Right? And I think Cole loved how. I think the laugh was more. He appreciated how angry and upset he was over in the great scheme of things. 1 run you gave up.
Or he's a jackass and says, I pitch better than you. Ha ha.
No,
see, I'm the ace.
Not.
Let me do my Gerrit Cole imitation. I'm the ace. I'm better than you.
I can't believe you didn't notice the laugh. It
I
was
missed
the
that
very
part.
first thing I noticed.
My bad. I apologize. Yeah, I think they'd go with Gerrit Cole. If I had to guess right now, long-term prediction, July 30th, 2026. Whether it's the division series or the wild card series, I think they're going to hand the baseball to Gerrit Cole in game 1. And I would disagree with that. I think Cam Schlittler's done enough. But I'll ask you this, because I made an offhanded comment before that we all remember his start against the Red Sox, but we don't remember his start against the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Do you remember his start against the Blue Jays?
Yes, it was good, not great.
Which game was it?
It was game 3?
No.
4?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It was the bullpen game. It was Cam Schlittler versus the Blue Jays bullpen
right.
in a game 4 at Yankee Stadium. Me and Sean were there. And if the Yankees won, they were going to force a game 5 in Toronto.
They just couldn't score. It wasn't Cam's fault.
Well, he gave up a run in the first inning.
Right. But he settled in.
3 batters into the game, they were down 1-0.
I understand that, but the overall...
That doesn't lose you a game.
The overall game was, he pitched a good game. They just couldn't score.
Absolutely pitched a good game. I'm just describing it. You guys think I'm like giving an opinion because I said he gave up a run against the first 3 batters. Like, he settled down. He went 6 1/3 innings. He allowed 3 runs. I think it was 4 runs, 2 earned because there was some defensive miscues. But it wasn't a bad performance.
So slightly better than Nolan McLean for Team USA.
Well, what does Nolan McLean have to do with anything?
I was just pointing out other big games young starters have started around here.
Tiki, did I do anything to warrant that?
Yeah, because you were making it seem like Cam didn't have a good game.
Yeah, your point, Evan. Let's just cut through the BS.
Let's
cut through the BS. This is what Evan. We're going to do the Evan Roberts machine right now. What Evan Roberts is saying to the audience right now is, everybody thinks Cam's this big game pitcher. Does everybody forget that he lost that game versus
That's
Toronto?
not
Just
at
say
all.
it.
No,
Just say that.
no.
Then why are you smirking and saying no in that tone? Because you know that me and Tiki have picked right through your brain.
Because I'm laughing at you.
Blowing and sucking.
Like, I'm laughing at the creativity that you have.
Now you notice a laugh.
Now I do. No, I think that start is forgettable. Not because it was his fault, but because they lost this just ugly game to a bullpen. And we more remember, rightfully so, his game against the Red Sox. It was an awesome performance. I just put it over as much as you can. It's one of the great postseason performances you'll ever see. The only thing that hurts it is that it's a wild card series, right? Like, I could never put that against Don Larson or Roger Clemens just because of the round it's in. That's not his fault. So, no, I'm not taking a shot at that start. I'm merely saying I don't think people remember it. We more remember what he did against Boston. And I haven't said a word about Nolan McLean. That's the problem. You paint me as like some bad guy. I'm just talking ball right now.
And Nolan's been humming a little better of late.
He has been, but I'm not talking about him in any way.
I'm talking about him.
The only way Nolan McLean is pitching in a playoff game is on MLB The Show. Okay?
Is Jet going to make the playoffs with the Mets? Have we figured that out?
His record, right? Yeah, I think he's got a chance.
No punctured lungs. We're good.
Nope. That was Michael Porter Jr.
That's right.
Yeah, in NBA 2K, Michael Porter Jr. missed a bunch of months, because he punctured his lung.
They make that happen in
Yes.
the game? Oh, that's ridiculous.
And, of course, they do it to Michael Porter Jr., of all people.
They've been doing that for years, Tiki. Back in Madden 98, you were pulled from a game for a limp wiener.
Shut your bitch ass up.
That's not nice. Oh, this call we have to take. Someone wants to ask a UVA question for Tiki.
Hey.
Tucker in Manasquan. What's up, Tucker?
What up, Tucker?
Hey guys, how we doing?
All's well.
I'll make this quick. So my buddy was the tight end for the 2019 Orange Bowl team, Tanner Cali. Good guy. Actually had his best game in his career that game. But
nice.
You guys had a great conversation about quarterback coach combo and success. Indiana obviously just displayed it with the national championship.
Right.
Tiki, I want to know. I mean, obviously I'm a Jersey guy too with Rutgers. How far off are these schools from being national championship contenders? I mean, obviously, UVA just lost to Duke
Yeah.
in a game they should have won. I'm not a huge Tony Elliott guy, but I just kind of want you to
it's
explain a bit.
interesting. It's so much of what I think college football is becoming is the transfer portal and who you can bring in. Just for instance, UVA last year, their quarterback, Chandler Morris, was fantastic for them. And he petitioned to get, I think it was like a 7th year or 6th year, whatever it was. He was trying to come back because he knows he's not going to be, I think he did get drafted by the Buccaneers or maybe picked up as a free agent by the Buccaneers. But you have to now replace your good quarterback. Otherwise, you're going with a second-year player or someone who hasn't had a ton of experience. And your program's going to take a step back relative to everybody else who's keeping pace. So the answer to his question is really easy. It's who's best in the transfer portal. Like who can get the better players in the transfer portal. And UVA has a kid, Bo Priebus, I think is how you say his name. He was at Penn State, I think. So James Franklin had him. And now James Franklin's the coach of Virginia Tech, and he speaks highly about his leadership, but he hasn't played. So what do I expect for UVA? I think they're actually going to take step backs, despite how much I trust what Tony Elliott has done with his program. So to me, it's all the transfer portal. It's all who has the most money to bring in the best players, who want to leave other programs and come to your program to try to win a championship.
What gets you more excited? A UVA question or a soccer question?
Liverpool.
Really? That was quick.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even hesitate.
Yeah, not even close.
All right. Wow. Damn, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be like, they're both very exciting. No one really asks me that much about it. But, man.
I don't think UVA can. I mean, they surprised me last year until they completely disappointed us last year.
So you're a front runner?
No. There was no expectation. We didn't know what to expect from that team last year. And Chandler Morris was exceptional, except when he threw interceptions and then he'd lose some games. But when they got as deep as possible, had every shot to win the ACC championship, or at least go to it, and then go to the college football playoff, and they lose to Duke.
What would you rather have?
And they lost to Duke because they played soft. They played non-urgent. And great teams don't do that.
Would you rather get a UVA national championship or a Liverpool whatever they win?
Well, I mean, they already did it.
Oh, Liverpool?
They won the league 2 years ago.
Oh, my bad.
They were, I mean, look at a UVA national championship, to be honest with you. But I'll watch Liverpool more.
All right. I was just curious. Let's go to Jason in the Bronx. Hey, Jason.
I'm like Sean with the Giants. I've seen him win it.
That's true. Yeah. Selfish.
I haven't seen
it all.
UVA win it. What's up, Jason?
Morning, guys. So talking about who we think the Yankees game one starter would be, kind of got me thinking. And so personally, I kind of think the opposite. Like, I would want it to be lined up to where Cole pitches game 7 because just so much experience. But it did get me thinking in this debate. And Tiki, I'm kind of curious from your, being a professional athlete, the point of view of, do you think that Cole maybe there's like some relief that he has like a younger stud on the team now, coming back from injury, like he doesn't have to press to be that ace?
I think he still wants to be the man. I really do. Like I remember this, Jason, when Brandon Jacobs came and Derek Ward to a lesser extent, but like Brandon was the guy. He was the touchdown maker. Like, I'd move the ball all the way up to the 10-yard line, 5-yard line, and Brandon Jacobs would come trotting in and score all the touchdowns. So you knew eventually he was going to be the guy. But until I decided I was ready to retire, I wanted to be the guy. Right? And so it's the same thing when they drafted my 4th year. Yeah, my 4th year, they drafted Ron Dane. Ron Dane's a really good friend of mine, and we were close as teammates. And I wanted him to be successful, but I wanted to be the guy. So I think Garrett Cole is relishing taking Cam Schlittler under his wing and teaching him the ropes, but he still wants to be the guy.
Yeah, and I think he wants to baseball in game 1. Now, I don't think Garrett Cole would ever cause an issue over it. No. I don't think it would be a thing. I think he's a professional. But I don't think Garrett Cole's like, whatever. I don't care. Like, Garrett Cole's been the game 1 starter just about everywhere he's been. He wasn't in 2019. He was teammates with Justin Verlander. Mm-hmm. And I think that's almost a situation where even Garrett Cole could say, I get it. It's Justin Verlander.
Verlander won the Cy Young that year?
In 2019?
Yeah.
I'll have to double check. I forgot.
Or was it Cole that won it?
No, in 2019? I'm not sure. I could double check that.
I feel like one of them won it when they were teammates.
The 2019 American League Cy
Verlander.
Yeah.
Where did Cole finish in the voting?
Was in the top,
did he finish second?
3 or 4?
Garrett Cole was the first runner-up with 13 first-place votes.
Wow, it's close.
They were the first time AL teammates finished 1-2
that's what I thought.
voting.
I thought that was it was a weird dynamic.
They were 1-2.
Yeah.
But even if Cole would have won the Cy Young, it's Justin Verlander, right? He was going to always get that edge.
Right.
It's almost like where Cole is now, right? Verlander, even at that point, had resurrected his career. He was a Hall of Famer. At that point, Justin Verlander had already established himself as a guy that's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Right.
That was the only time in Cole's career where he did bend the knee or was asked to bend the knee. Mm-hmm. In Pittsburgh,
or had to bend the knee.
He was the game 1 starter in Pittsburgh. Ever since he got here for the 2020 season, as weird as that postseason was, he's been the guy. Mm-hmm. He's the one who starts game 1 of the World Series. He's the one who starts game 5 of the World Series. So I believe he would want it, to your point. Like, he still views himself as, I'm the guy. But I also don't think when Aaron Boone sits him down, or if Aaron Boone sat him down and said, I'm going with Cam Schlittler, he's not going to cause an issue. But don't act like it wouldn't matter to him. I'm sure it does.
Oh, it definitely does.
Just like next year, whenever they start the season, he's going to want the ball on opening day.
Right.
He starts opening day all the time when he's healthy.
He wants to be the man.
He wants to be the man. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great thing to want to be the man. And it's a great situation that the Yankees are in. I could really add a curveball to this question. What if they get Skubal? Then who starts game 1?
Skubal starts game 4.
It's game 4?
I'm just kidding.
Come on now.
I would still start Cam game. Well, at that point, I think I would go away from my Cam game 3 thing, start game 1 with Cam, go to my Skubal theory for game 3.
What do you do if Skubal's here?
I mean, that's a good question.
Well, this question similarly got me and Sean into our first fight.
Now I really don't care.
Now you don't care. That's such a good problem.
Exactly.
Years ago, me and
I
Sean...
would trust Boone.
Yeah, trust Boone. Well, now you're getting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, me and Sean had an argument over something very similar to this. So it was 2018. The Yankees were having, another Yankee season. And Luis Severino was their ace, was having a very good year.
Right.
And there were rumors that the Mets were going to just sell guys off. And one of the guys they were thinking of selling off, or at least fans were thinking they would sell off, was Jacob deGrom. I was obviously against it, as you know. And Sean Morash comes up to me in the newsroom and says, hey, if we get deGrom, he'll fit in that rotation real nice after Severino, because Severino is our game 1 starter.
He has pissed me off.
And I don't know if he did it on purpose. I don't know if that was Sean.
He definitely did.
Did you do that on purpose?
Well, 2 things are true. Did I do it on purpose? Hell yeah. Did I also have this overwhelming belief in Severino that basically he was going to be or was becoming what Cam Schlittler is now? Yes. I think 2 things were true. I believed it. I could have really had a debate where I could have won it over, but I wouldn't bend the knee, and I did it to piss you off.
Yeah, well, it pissed me off. And we would fight about it for years. Even to this day, he'll make comments every once in a while about...
let's be real.
What?
We've known each other now probably a decade, but really have gotten close to the last 4 years. You won't let it go. It's like the one thing in your brain that you won't let it go.
I won't let what go? That you had that stupid opinion?
I had that comment. It's like a tarnish on my legacy with you.
No, you know what it is? It's my first real impression of you. You know what I mean?
Like Ben McAdoo's suit?
Yeah. Like you knew Ben McAdoo before that, but man, when he showed up in that suit, it was like, whoa. I knew you, Sean, but the first, real interaction between us that lasted more than 30 seconds was us debating Jacob deGrom versus Luis Severino. So it's not that I hold it against you. It's that it's a first impression.
And it took you about a year and a half to stop making passive-aggressive baseball comments as if I didn't watch baseball.
Well, I mean, because that kind of comment made me think that you don't.
When you get back from Mars, call us, okay?
Now I'm going to ask you again, who's Kanata Mumford?
He is a tight end on the Los Angeles Rams.
All right, just further teasing, new team who dis for you.
New team who dis. New team who dis.
New team who dis.
New team who dis.
A segment that will begin in about 8 minutes is something that Sean is so into. And the reason I know he's into it is we've created a lot of weird segments around here. Some people like, some don't. Whatever your opinion is. But Sean brings new team who dis up all the time as if he studies at home. Because he really wants to win. This is a big-time competition
and meanwhile,
for him.
I do nothing.
No. Well, so you're right and wrong.
And you edged Tiki out last time. It was close.
It was close.
4-3.
Why I do love it is that I purposely haven't studied this year, and I am anxious to see the names you've come up with because... Look, let's be honest. If you're listening to Team Who Dis, you're doing this somewhere with your pals or in group chats or whatever. You're going, hey, you remember where this guy landed? So that's why I find it fun.
I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's educational, too, because we're all excited for the football season, but we forget half the moves that were made.
We pay attention heavily when it first happens at free agency or trade, whatever. It's not really trades in the offseason, but you know what I mean. And then you completely forget.
No doubt.
For 3 months.
No doubt. Happens to me in every sport all the time where you're like, holy crap, he's on that team? Let's go to Ray in Waterbury. Hey, Ray.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
On the Mets, before I ask you a question, are you sick and tired of seeing Polanco come up and strike out?
Yeah, he's awful. I mean, he is freaking abysmal. It's getting worse every time. I'm glad he bunted the other day because at least he realized my only chance to contribute is laying down a bunt.
Yeah. Now, how do you think the Mets get better for 27? Do you think they have to sign a free agent before the agreement runs out in December?
It's really...
I'd go to Devers. You need a first baseman,
Well, a couple of things. I think it's going to be up to the individual players and their game plans. Some players are going to want to sign before the lockout. Some are not. And I think it varies. I think we saw that during the last lockout. It's going to be a challenge for the Mets to get better because you mentioned Jorge Polanco and how bad he's been. He's making $20 million next year.
Right.
He's on the team next year.
Which is kind of crazy, considering how little he's played and how ineffective he's been.
But the question is, because he brings up Devers, are you really willing to take 1 year of a bad contract and trade it for about 8 years of a bad contract?
No.
Which is what? And Devers is productive, but it's not smart when it comes to the finances and the long-term flexibilities. So the answer is no chance?
No chance.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, and I'll get to this a little bit later on. There is a trade that the more I think about, it's a blockbuster. It's a doozy. It just makes more sense by the day. And it's a blockbuster trade involving the Mets. But we'll get to that later. We'll come back. We'll play new team Who Dis. We'll mix in some football talk and talk to you, of course, at 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Fanatics Sportsbook is turning up the heat with squad bets. Just tap into the Fanatics Sportsbook app and build your custom squad by combining player stats into a winning bet. Pick a market, home runs, strikeouts, bases, and set your target. And here's what makes squad bets different. We all know one bad game can sink an entire parlay. Not anymore. With squad bets, when one player slips, another one can step up. One player cannot bust your parlay. Your bet stays alive all the way to the very end. Track it live. Catch out whenever you want. Squad bets only on Fanatics Sportsbook. Parlays hit different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Jag Physical Therapy. Jag Physical Therapy proudly announces their new location in Florham Park, New Jersey at 177 Columbia Turnpike. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or simply looking to move better, Jag Physical Therapy is ready to help you get back the life you love. For more information or to make an appointment, visit jagpt.com.
The Yankees wrap it up on the south side with the Sox. 2:10 today.
There's a bouncing ball over Goldie's head. Fielded by Jazz. Acrobatic throw. Off balance. In time.
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
The summer is here and it is hot. If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, you got to think again. Sloman's is here to change the game with their super savings sale. They're offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R454B systems, expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right, you get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive 5-year service plan that includes annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Servicing all of Long Island and Queens, you can call the team at Sloman's today, 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But you got to hurry, these cool savings aren't going to last. So don't miss out. Call 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. That's ac.slomans.com. Terms and conditions do apply.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Lease for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council. We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Clouds and sun, high 77.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Keep listening all this week for your chance to score a pair to see Guns N' Roses at MetLife Stadium August 12th. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
Talking real slick, acting real brash. Every interview sounding like a victory bash. Got the talent.
Well, remember when the Buffalo Bills dropped those ugly, ugly gray uniforms they call nickel for some reason? Well, unasked and unprompted yesterday, Josh Allen told the media everyone needs to stop hating on the Bills' uniforms, further defending them. He compared having new jerseys as the organization moves forward as a sign they are moving forward and not stuck in the past. So, in other words, sad days now exist for a once proud organization with an overrated fan base. And this Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Yeah, people don't like the Bill jerseys.
People are bitching because they're bitches.
That is true. That is very, very true.
I love that drop.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. That's for sure. There's been a lot of changes during the offseason in the NFL. Obviously, free agency and trade market usually happens in early to mid-March. That was 4 months ago. So as we get set for training camps, and training camps are now open around the NFL, you sort of forget where players ended up, which is why we created this educational and hopefully entertaining game simply called New Team Who Dis?
New Team Who Dis? New Team Who Dis? New Team Who Dis?
So I will name a player who is on a new team. Sean and Tiki each have a buzzer, and they will hit their buzzer, and I will deem who hit their buzzer first, and then they will get a chance to say the team that guy is on.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
That is Tiki's buzzer. Sean's buzzer sounds like this.
Ooga chaka, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Now, last week when we played this, it was very close. Tiki got edged out by a final score of 4-3. So Sean did get a victory, but it was tight. And I'm just going to warn you, Tiki. Sean has been studying for a week.
I have not been.
Oh, really?
I swear, hand to you, I have not been.
All right.
And it's actually irking me because it's the time of year I want to be reading those magazines. And it's very old school of me, but I haven't done it.
All right.
You can't read any of the previews, any of that stuff.
I got so many. I don't know where to start. You ready?
Oh, jeez.
Let's start it off with Christian Kirk.
No idea.
Did I literally stump you guys?
Ooga chaka, ooh,
Oh,
ooh, ooh.
Sean Morass, the floor is yours.
The Raiders.
You're wrong.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
I might as well guess. Christian Kirk. Where was he last year? Arizona.
Last year, Christian Kirk was a member of the Houston Texans. Boy, by the way, you don't remember who he was last year?
Old team, who this? It was Arizona, Jacksonville, then Houston. So where is he now?
I'm going to say he is in Indy.
You say Indiana.
No idea.
Or Indianapolis.
So stupid.
That is incorrect. The answer we were looking for was the San Francisco 49ers.
I have no recollection.
Was that too tough? Did I start off too difficult?
Very tough.
Wow.
I mean,
All
when I
right.
think of the 49ers, I think Mike Evans, obviously. But
You know how you know it's tough? We didn't have the old team.
That's a good point. All right, let me try to ease it up a little bit.
Christian Kirk.
DJ Moore.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooh, ooh,
Damn
ooh.
it.
Sean Morash.
The aforementioned Buffalo Bills.
Kiss my fatty!
You are correct.
I missed the button.
Damn it.
You would have had it first. All right, we got a victory for Sean Morash. Travis Etienne.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over
That
here
goes
once.
to Tiki Barber.
Travis Etienne is a member of the New Orleans Saints.
There you go.
Be a man.
It's going to
Very
be a
good.
weird backfield by there because what's his name is still there.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara is still there. Had
That's
to take
right.
a pay cut.
That's right. I knew to get Tiki going, just go running back.
Yeah.
So we are tied at 1. Sean looking shaky over there. Let us move to the former local category. Nick Folk. Come on, man.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooh, ooh.
Sean Morash.
Miami?
That is...
So stupid.
That is incorrect. He is not a Miami Dolphin.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here
Sean
once.
Morash. I mean, Tiki Barber.
Let's go Tennessee.
Suck.
That is incorrect.
I mean,
I like your mindset, though, Tiki.
Yeah, the former Jet, former Giants, got to be Tennessee. No, the answer we were looking for were the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons.
The Falcons have probably had every random old John and Jet kicker come kick indoors at the end of their career.
All right, let's go to the quarterback division. Tyrod Taylor.
Oh.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over
Tiki
here
Barber.
once.
Chargers?
That would be...
I don't know what the f*** you're talking about.
That'd be incorrect.
We kept waiting for Tyrod
I
Taylor
know.
to sign somewhere, and then he did.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was me. I apologize.
I guess I got to guess.
Yeah, go ahead. Just guess.
Tyrod Taylor is with the Colts.
I don't know what the f*** you're talking about.
Guys, we were looking for the Green Bay Packers.
Again.
That does not ring a bell at all.
Don't remember that.
Not at all.
You guys are struggling today.
Yeah.
Is the score 1-1? I just want to make sure
Any
we're...
more cute comments on how much I studied, Evan?
No, you clearly did not.
It's 1-1, and we're 0 for we've missed 3 of them.
All right, I got to make things a little bit easier, I see. All right, let's stick in the quarterback division. Andy Dalton.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over
Tiki
here once.
Barber.
Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles are correct. Good job by you. 2-1 Tiki.
Wow, that's a great job, T.
Yeah, got that one. Did you know that, by the way, Sean?
No, I was going to guess he was Stroud's backup at Houston now.
All right. Let us move on to the former local division and go with offensive lineman John Simpson. Where is John Simpson now, former Jet?
Ooga chaka, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sean Morash.
I think it's New England.
You're wrong.
Damn it.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over
Tiki
here once.
Barber.
The Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens are correct.
He went back?
He went back to Baltimore. So is that 3-1 Tiki?
3-1.
All right, you're going for the kill. This is best of 7, right? So he's going to try to win this series in 5.
All right.
Like the Dodgers did to the Yankees years ago.
Shut up.
Sorry about that.
How'd Nolan McClain do in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah. Fantastic. Instead of Cam Schlittler.
Michael Pittman Jr.
Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sean Morath.
Steelers, big game.
I'm
5.
a fat moron.
You are correct. 3-2. Let us go. Kenny Pickett.
Ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sean Morath.
I shouldn't have hit the button. I'm going to go. Kenny Pickett is now with the Houston Texans.
You're wrong.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Tiki Barber.
I'm going to guess Kenny Pickett because I don't know. The Chargers.
The Chargers.
So stupid.
Yeah, we are.
The answer is the Carolina Panthers. We were looking for the Carolina Panthers.
No recollection.
3-2 in favor of Tiki Barber. Jermaine Johnson.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Sean got it cleanly.
The Titans.
The Tennessee Titans.
My fatty!
Is correct.
I know I'm right. You weren't here that day, but what made me hesitate is you were just talking about Kenny Pickett. I thought you were going like Josh Johnson, the guy who's bounced around a bunch.
Oh,
and then
the quarterback.
It took me a second to go, oh, that's right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
former Jet Jermaine Johnson.
I know.
First I was like, who the hell is Jermaine Johnson?
I had the same thought. I thought he meant the quarterback.
Oh, man, that's a killer. All right, this is it. It's tied 3-3. So this is going to be the second straight week of new team do this that ends with a 4-3 score. So the competitive balance is through the roof. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? David Montgomery.
Ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
For the win.
Houston.
You already know.
That is correct.
Wow.
Let's
Sean Morath
Let's
just
go.
completed the
Hey,
3.
Teak.
Okay, Yankees.
I said I called for. How did Nolan McClain do in the WBC?
Suck. Why? Well, first of all, I'm not competing. Don't attack Nolan McClain.
I'm attacking Tiki.
That was a hell of a matchup. It was very, very tight. New team, who
David
dis?
Montgomery. You got me on a running back, too.
That I was trying to hand it to you. I had a few other running backs to choose from.
Where did he go again?
The Houston Texans.
Houston. He
Yes.
left Detroit and signed with Houston.
And speaking of Detroit,
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but I know who they replaced him with in Detroit. That's why I knew he went to Houston.
well, Jahmyr Gibbs is still there, and he's holding in.
He is,
Yeah.
but they replaced him with a very well-known name.
All right.
Let's see if I have this on my list. Actually, don't. You can say it then. I didn't even write this one down. Who did I
You
forget?
know what, Tiki for the tie?
No, I don't know.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, that's right.
Isaiah Pacheco. That's
yeah,
a good
because he
call.
left Kansas City.
Yep.
Oh, right. Because after, what's his name? Kenneth Walker Jr. went to Kansas City.
Yep.
Isaiah Pacheco went to Detroit.
There was
Is
a
that right?
lot of moving parts when it comes to running backs. It wasn't as appealing as 2 years ago, and he had all those big names, Derrick Henry moving,
Right.
Saquon Barkley moving. But yeah, a lot of running backs changed seats. Jahmyr Gibbs is holding in.
So is Bijan.
So is BJ. He has a lot of hold-ins.
What's because they
what do you
are,
do during a hold-in? You just sit there?
No, you're around, and I doubt they're going to find them. Meaning, FINE.
Yes,
find them for this because we all know that this is about resetting the running back market, and I've seen a lot of rhetoric around this, and I've always held this position: you don't pay a running back unless you have one of those guys. Right, Christian McCaffrey was one of for the last 6-7 years was that guy. Saquon Barkley, you have him, you pay that guy in Philadelphia. The Giants weren't ready to, so let's not even rehash that argument. But when you have one of those that's great, Derrick Henry, you have to pay him. So the market is ripe for a reset, and these two guys are going to do it. They've been in 3 seasons. They've been there. They both have 54-ish 100 total yards in 3 seasons, which is elite over the course of the history of the NFL. And so what are they worth? The breakdown is percentage of cap is likely to be about $25 million. And so I think what's happening right now is that the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions are either trying to find the money or weighing paying a running back $25 million a year.
Right.
Which is not, it's unprecedented.
No, I get you.
Saquon Barkley's leading the NFL in running back pay at $20 million. So to go $5 million more than that and this is based on the cap, by the way, cap going up to whatever it is right now. I think it's just hard for them to conceptualize doing that after not having had to do it for a decade and a half.
I really appreciate, and I want to say thank you specifically to Darren Muji and Joe Shane, because the New York Giants and the New York Jets had a chance to go into training camp with a hold-in or a holdout or some kind of contract dispute. And we've gotten used to it because we've had it a lot over the years with both teams in various situations, and it's annoying. It's annoying as a fan. It's annoying to say, well, he'll eventually play, but then he'll probably be hurt, and it's just, it sucks all the way around. And the Jets and Giants have none of that this year, but yet we almost did. Because the Giants had a guy in Dexter Lawrence who wanted a new contract, and we talked months ago before they decided to trade him that there was a chance they would tell Dexter Lawrence, too bad, you have a contract, show up. And there would have been something like this. And the Jets could have had something like this with Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Because they tagged him. There wasn't a long-term contract. We know that leads to unhappiness sometimes. And a credit to both GMs. They did completely different things, obviously. The Jets signed Breece Hall. You guys traded Dexter Lawrence. But they eliminated the issue.
Yeah. Well, I'm forgetting now what Breece's contract was. Like, what was the? Do you know it, Sean, off the top of your head?
No, because I remember it broke at a time where it was
right.
the
We
worst
weren't paying attention to it, but
it is a 3-year, $43.5 million contract.
Yeah, so think about that.
$29 million in total guaranteed money, an average annual of 14.5.
So 29 guaranteed. It's basically, so think about the two years guaranteed. So it's $15 million ish, $16 million a year. Think about what I just said to you. That Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson are gonna make. He's gonna be, in his mind, Breece Hall, because I think he believes, and you could argue, given the circumstances of both of these teams that the Breece Hall is in with the Jets, he's as good as those guys.
Yeah, he just hasn't been given the right opportunities,
That's
unfortunately.
Right. And so he's about to be underpaid by $9 million a year.
Yeah,
like this is why it sucks being a running back. I mean, I'm being perfectly honest with you, because you can be as good of a player as you needed to be, or you can be, with your team. In this case, the Jets. They're going to hardball you. They have the leverage because they have the franchise tag. You end up taking a deal that feels like it's about right. It's still less than what Saquon's making, but Saquon's the outlier. I mean, let's be honest. He's the outlier right now in the NFL. And then 2 months later, two dudes, not even in their fourth year yet, haven't even thought about the fifth-year option or any contract extension, are holding in, and they're going to make $25 million a year.
Yeah.
It sucks being a running back. It really does.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I'd like the $25 million cold cash. That's not bad.
No. I'm talking Breece Hall. I'm talking about Breece Hall being as good of, and maybe the most pivotal point, especially because we talked about this earlier in the week. The run game is going to have to be good for the Jets.
And he's going to probably get better and more opportunities than years past.
Because the offensive line is solid and made together, and it's going to be run-focused because that's what Frank Reich likes to do. Because if you doubt me, look what he did with Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis. There's just so much variety in what they do in the run game. There's outside zone, inside zone, there's split zone, there's misdirection, there's gap scheme. There's like all this stuff that's great for good athlete running backs. And Breece Hall is going to rush for 1,400 yards and be one of the top 2 or 3 backs in the league, and he's going to be underpaid by $9 million.
No, I get you. You're right about being underpaid. I'm just saying he's still doing all right for himself.
Of course he is.
That's all I'm saying.
But
you're right. You're right. I think in sports,
but also as a running back, like I was lucky. I played a decade. Derrick Henry's going to play 14 years.
Yeah, most guys don't go that long.
Most guys don't.
No, I understand. Like, I think in other positions like quarterback, once you get underpaid, you just negotiate a new contract. Eventually that happens.
You can't do that as a running back.
You're probably not going to get that many opportunities to do it. But I'm glad that they got this deal done, because it would have been, just looking afar at the NFL and other situations.
Right.
As a fan, it just sucks. I understand it must not be great for a player either. I get that.
His average is actually less than 15.
Breece Hall's average annual?
14.5.
Yeah. And look,
AAV.
the Jets are really paying him for what they think he's going to do in year 5 and year 6.
Yeah.
Because they have the belief that I have and a lot of Jet fans have, which is, while Breece Hall's had a nice NFL career, the best is yet to come.
Right.
Because
he only rushed for 1,000 yards. Barely clipped it, and that was last year.
No, I know. And that was his only 1,000-yard rushing season.
That's right.
And he's been healthy outside of his first year in the NFL where he had that bad injury.
But he also hasn't had the touches.
He hasn't had the touches. Think about the different offensive coordinators he's had.
And the bad offensive lines.
The bad
even
lines.
Even though it's gotten better over the last 2 years.
The quarterback play, in which the quarterback play was so bad, especially against Justin Fields, it's stacking the box. Like you would think in theory, because obviously this then has to happen.
Right.
This should be Breece Hall's best year of his NFL career.
Yeah, it should be.
Did you just say 1,400 yards? Was that your number?
14.
Oh, give it to me.
Yeah. By the way, that's hard to do anymore.
I know. That's not easy to do.
Which makes Saquon's 2,000-yard season in perspective so impressive because you just don't get that many opportunities.
I'm going to test Sean here because this is very difficult for him, and you've already seen it throughout this show. He likes to cross team. He likes to kind of – for some reason, he's throwing shrapnels at Nolan McClain all day today. I have no idea why.
Meanwhile, I spent the last 10 minutes coming up with a Jet topic, but go on. Keep going.
Coming up with a Jets topic?
Yeah, I'll explain to you in the break.
I have no idea what that means.
Because you're going to tell me I'm going to bring this about the Jets. Can I keep it on the Jets? And I'm going to tell you I've spent the last 10 minutes thinking about the Jets.
Well, hold on a second. I was going to bring it to the Giants. Who's the best running back in New York football right now besides Tiki Barber?
It's Breece Hall.
Okay. That's good, but good job by you. Good boy.
Oh, that's not even a question.
I know, but you know.
Cam's good, but he's only played 4 games.
Teak. We know the answer.
Tyron, yeah.
You know the way he is.
Tracy's better than Cam right now.
Yeah.
Because production matters.
Of course it does. Tyrone Tracy's the one who would compete with Breece Hall, not Cam Scatterbo.
1,000 all-purpose yards in two consecutive seasons.
When staying healthy on a per-game yardage basis and touchdown basis, Cam was better than Tracy.
Yes. Right. But who do you trust more?
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you this.
So you're gonna reverse it.
It's Breece Hall.
It's Breece Hall.
How you cut it.
I know it is. I'm just testing him because you know the way he is, T. Come on. He won't admit anything about the Jets is better.
The first 2 days, it appears the star of Jets camp's been Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen's still 4th in New York. Give me Tracy.
I don't see Sean is not a jock hanger right now for Cam. He's just not.
Oh, for Cam Scatterbo?
Yeah, he's not.
I like Cam, but I have a million questions about Cam.
But there's certain fans that'll just dangling on the jock, right? Like this is my guy. No matter what you say, this is the guy.
You know, speaking of Cam,
not that.
Speaking of Cam Scatterbo,
I give Sean credit.
Good job, Sean.
Thank you.
Speaking of Cam Scatterbo, so yesterday John Harbaugh met the media, Aaron Glenn met the media, Darren Muji met the media, Joe Shane met the media. I have been reaffirmed that John Harbaugh is playing the media like a fiddle right now. He's so brilliant at it. He's Buck Showalter. Right. Like, he basically interviews the media half the time. Like, oh, how was the trip down here?
Yeah.
Did you like it? Now, I'm a John Harbaugh defender. I'm not an irrational hater like Craigie. I like John. I'm just calling out that I see what he's doing, and I respect his game.
But it's also...
I respect it.
But it's genuine.
Yeah, I think Buck was genuine, too.
Of course.
I think he also understands the benefit of it.
I wasn't as dialed in to Buck as you were, but having met John Harbaugh multiple times doing games, but just being in the NFL circle, having met his brother Jim, who's obviously in the Chargers right now, this is just who they are.
I completely agree, and in fairness, I think Buck was that way too. Like I think they both genuine. So I don't know. I shouldn't say it's like purposeful. But what they are doing, which is brilliant, is the conversational tone they have with the media is going to get certain reporters to eat out of their hands.
Right.
The way Buck did. Buck did it beautifully.
Right. But it's interesting because when you see guys that try to do that, but they're faking it, it's so annoying.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's what makes them good at it.
Yeah.
That they're genuine.
Right.
So John Harbaugh, what's frustrating about him, but I respect, is he ain't going to give you a real answer. He'll beat around the bush. Joe Shane is not as good at this as John Harbaugh.
No.
So I listened to Joe yesterday, and I thought he gave an honest answer about Cam Scatterbo. You brought up Cam Scatterbo. Remember the backflip?
Yep.
And all the controversy? Now, John Harbaugh was able to eliminate it very quickly by saying,
throw some levity on it.
Yeah. I want to play you what Joe Shane said. Do you have that ready, Sean? I pulled it because it jumped out at me where I actually appreciated it because I think he gave an honest answer about how he felt and how the organization felt about Cam Scatterbo on tape, doing the backflip and falling down. Here is the general manager of the New York Giants.
Hold on, because if you pulled it, it's somewhere else, and you didn't make me aware of this.
No, right. I did.
And you know that.
I did. And I just gave you a long build-up. But I will move on until you have it, okay?
And it's not in that other place?
All right, I'll play it off my phone. I can do that, too.
And again, you're going to
It's always a backup.
He's a young man that's still getting used to the spotlight and, in New York City. And you got to be conscious of your actions, not only from a health standpoint, but a perception standpoint. But he knows, I'd rather him not do that, especially this close to camp. But also a testament to, how good of a job our training staff did and medical staff did in terms of getting him back and ready to go here as we start camp.
So he did two things in that answer that John Harbaugh did.
I actually like that answer.
Oh, I didn't say it was a bad answer. I'm just saying he actually gave an answer.
Yeah.
Like John Harbaugh did not give an answer. Joe Shane told you, hey, you got to be aware you're in New York.
Right.
Everything's on tape.
Right.
And the second part was, he said, we didn't love it. He was honest. He's like, I don't want you doing that close to camp. So it was not a bad answer.
He's influenced by me.
Joe Shane?
Yeah. That's what I said about Jackson Dart.
That was a Tiki answer.
That is exactly what I would say. That's my exact answer. People are going to judge you based on what they see, not what they know about you on the football field, but what they see you doing. They're going to judge you, and they're going to say, "Oh, you're a reckless idiot," even if that's not you, but that's what they see you doing. That's how they're going to perceive you.
Yeah,
and especially when there's no football to replace it. Like football is the good when you're good, not when you're bad. When you're good, football is the good story. Replaces anything negative. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yep.
If Geno Smith goes out and even in the preseason, he throws for 185 yards on 11 of 20 of 12 of 14 passing. Just had to make it realistic. Couldn't be 11 or 12. I doubt he's going to do that. But let's just say he has a great preseason game and he looks like the guy. We're not going to talk a bit about what happened this offseason.
No, you're right. Football supersedes it all.
Good football replaces every story.
And I'll be honest, that from Joe Shane, for as much crap as he gets, and a lot of it deservedly so, we would long for those kind of answers from Aaron Boone.
So true. It's so true.
I didn't see you taking that to the Yankees.
But it's the truth.
No, seriously, if Aaron Boone had said, look, we're not going to not make baseball plays, but in that circumstance, those situations, 2 outs, and he can't do that.
Yes.
That's all he's got to say.
No, I think that's true.
That's all he's got to say. Make a good throw, right? We're not saying you can't do that, but in that situation, don't do that.
I totally agree. I just thought it was funny that, and I'm not frustrated by it. Maybe at some point I will be, if I'm being honest with you. John Harbaugh's really good at not giving an answer. Of
course.
And he never did on Camp Scottaboo other than the joke. Joe Shane gave an answer. I commend him. And I think there's a 47% chance that he copied the answer by listening to you. I think there's a chance that Joe Shane said, all right, before I meet the media, I trust Tiki. He's on the radio. Let me see what he said. And he downloaded the Evan and Tiki podcast. He's like, oh, okay. That makes sense. And his answer was actually based on you. So good job, Tiki.
Pat Hanlon, you can hire me as your assistant.
He may.
Deion's already there. They don't need me.
We'll get to your phone calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And there have been events over the last few days and weeks that are leading me to believe that this blockbuster trade is so obvious and should just happen. I'll lay it out for you when we come back. It's Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash as we take you until Yankee baseball at 1:30.
There's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Window-Rama's Summer Savings Event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Window-Rama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified expert handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in-stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit windowrama.com and book now.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal. Find a store at metalsupermarkets.com. New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors seen in practice on Wednesday, and it is a giant deal for the New York Football Giants. We think Neighbors is on track to play coming up Week 1 Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys, and you can make a case for the Giants to exceed expectations this year, but they need Neighbors. I'm Nick Costos.
Drip Drop is a doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. Head to dripdrop.com now and use promo code RADIO20.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Colonel is the king of chicken. That's why he's always had a beef with beef. But on Wednesdays, he's squashing the beef by frying it. KFC Country Fried Steak is here for only $4.99. Crispy golden outside, tender steak inside. Served with peppery gravy, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit. At last, the Colonel and beef buried the hatchet in gravy. Get the $4.99 Country Fried Steak Wednesdays for a limited time only at KFC.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports with Greg Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN. WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
A lot to get to here on this fine afternoon. Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash. You got Yankee baseball coming up later this afternoon. They're in Chicago against the White Sox. They have back-to-back day games during the week in Chicago. The final game of this 4-game series against the White Sox today with the pregame show at 1:30. And then tomorrow, the Friday tradition, Wrigley Field, 2:20 first pitch with a 1:40 pregame show coming up tomorrow. So back-to-back days in Chicago.
That would have been the trip.
I know.
Nobody works Thursday, Friday.
Yep.
So leave Wednesday after work.
Yep.
Go to Chicago.
Yep.
Go to this day game.
Yep.
Go to the day game at Wrigley.
Yep.
And then come home and be with your family on the weekend.
Don't get me started, Tiki. I was so close to this trip.
To doing it exactly like that?
Exactly like that. And it actually, well, like the ball was inside the 10-yard line. We were there.
Dude, it's 2 day games.
And then I got picked off by Epcot, my wife.
We actually could have done it as a show and did the shows from both stadiums.
Can you?
Like, why didn't we do that?
Okay, if we had asked.
Because you're a Met fan, you didn't think of it.
Yeah.
But I think of this stuff, man.
I mean, we're the broadcast
I know.
partner
But
of the Yankees.
we count on Evan for the ideas way ahead of time.
Here's my point.
I mean, I've gone to Boston for Yankee playoff games to do shows.
That's
so
fair.
Let's be fair
If
about
we had
this.
asked, what would have been the response from Hurls and the architect?
I think they eventually would have gone for it because we have ours.
By the way, 79 degrees and beautiful.
Oh, it would have been awesome.
In Chicago today.
I think as long as,
tomorrow's raining. So
damn it.
That would have sucked.
I think they would have gone for it because I think always the worry when you're going on the road is, okay, how we doing the hookup? Where's the show coming from?
Right.
The show will be, as much as it may be annoying for Dave and Susan, from the booth and lead right into the pregame show. So That's a bad. You know what?
The setup, right? Oh,
the setup. The setup's
yeah.
already there.
Yeah, but I think
that's a bad job out of me. I should have thought about that. And then you're right. Friday night we fly back. The family doesn't even know.
Yeah, because it would be hard for us to do a remote because there's so many places to just go get a drink. And
Cubby Bear, that's my jam.
It's all great out there in Wrigley.
Right.
You gotta go experience that, Sean. But
which is why we would have been flying back Saturday morning.
Yeah, exactly.
You're probably right.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's a Saturday morning fly back.
You're right.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
No. It's Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. You don't want that hangover flight.
No.
Now, what's going on in baseball is fascinating, and I think you can relate it to New York in this regard. I mentioned yesterday Bryce Harper and the comments he made about Dave Dombrowski, how they got to go out and add players. And we were surprised by it. The honesty that Bryce Harper had, that the Phillies, who are struggling right now, should go out and add players. And what we would think if an Aaron Judge said something like that. Yesterday surprised me even more because the manager of the Phillies, the guy that Bryce Harper's put over, Don Mattingly, responded to Bryce's comments. And I want you to take a listen. This was not a manager pulling an Aaron Boone. This was not a let's deflate the situation. Mm-hmm. This was, in my opinion, a very pissed off Don Mattingly responding to Bryce Harper, who, as we played yesterday, said, we need a bat, we need a pitcher, and basically called the front office out to make some moves.
Evan, you are trolling right now?
What?
Because every Yankee fan is going to say, I told you Don Mattingly should have been our
That's
man.
a good point. You're right. Yankee fans may love this clip.
Great point, Tiki. All right, here we go.
I sense Bryce thinking about it. I don't really sense anybody else thinking about it, honestly. And you've been through this. Guys want to be GMs, what you need, without a real understanding of where the organization is, exactly where everything goes, not only this year, but moving forward. So, again, players like being GMs and making calls and spending other people's money. So, let's let it go at that.
Dang. That was my favorite line.
Is his son going to trade him?
Preston Mattingly?
Yeah.
Well, I think that his son...
Or try to.
His son is definitely a part of this story because for Don Mattingly to defend the front office and basically attack one of his players, and that's what I think he did with some of those lines, a part of it is he works for Dave Dombrowski, but the other part is his son is the general manager of the team.
Right.
And maybe he took some offense to it.
Right.
So,
meaning the general manager.
Yes.
So Don is speaking for his son.
I think he's speaking for his son. This is where I think you're wrong about Yankee fans liking Mattingly doing this.
Yankee fans would love that.
No, because he's defending Brian Cashman. That's where they wouldn't like it. Like in the end, Don Mattingly is defending his son and his boss.
Hold on. I think it depends on the player. It depends on the player.
Oh, which player was being attacked?
Yeah. So is the Philly fan, I don't want to say done, but like frustrated by Bryce Harper?
Yes.
Then so I think that's why it's different.
Well,
I think the Yankee fan. I'm not thinking of a player who
Aaron Judge. They would defend Judge. They would not be happy with Mattingly.
But Aaron Judge, Yankee fans aren't tired of Aaron Judge.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think Don Mattingly would go over well with Yankee fans for doing this because he'd be defending the front office and ripping one of his players who fans like.
Okay, so who's a Yankee that fans are tired of?
Nobody who would make a comment like this. Trent Grisham is not making this comment. Anthony Volpe is not making this comment.
So the problem is the Yankees don't have the player that's a malcontent.
Correct. They don't have somebody that would fit this bill.
Right.
So I think that even though he's Don Mattingly, they wouldn't be happy. But what I take out of this is the first thing you said. This is going to end in a breakup. And there's no doubt. Dave Dombrowski called out Bryce Harper a year ago and said he's not elite. Harper has not let it go. Mm-hmm. Like, he has brought this up numerous times. He called out the front office the other day, and now the interim manager did a hit job on Bryce Harper.
Didn't Bryce Harper also say something, maybe it was last year or maybe this past offseason, about wanting to play, or was talking about this in some interview, wanting to play with Judge?
He has said that was an elite player he'd love to play with.
Right.
So I think Yankee fans may have taken it a certain way, but I think it was more rehashing.
I'm thinking about how the Phillies took it. Like the Philly fan took that.
That I can't answer. I don't know how they took it.
Because there's no way that Aaron Judge is going to the Phillies.
Right. It would be more Harper. But I think at this point with where the Phillies are, especially if they flame out early, and they are struggling right now, there will be talk on Philly Sports Talk Radio about trading Bryce Harper.
Right.
There's no doubt. They don't owe him anything. They haven't won with him. He's come up small in big spots despite that great moment back in 2022.
Right.
And he's a hired gun. You know, he's not a homegrown guy. He's a hired gun. So I hear this, I see this, and I think it's obvious that this is going to end in a breakup between Bryce Harper and the Philadelphia Phillies. And I go back to something I brought up to you all the way back in March, and I'll bring it up again, and I'll just ask the question. Does Harper for Lindor make sense? I know it probably would never happen because of the franchises, but they have the same amount of years left on their deal for completely different reasons.
Player for player swap. That's what you're saying.
A player for player swap of Bryce Harper for Francisco Lindor. And I know they both have no trade, so they both would have to say yes to this. And there's a lot of elements to the rivalry that would make you say it would never happen. But just think about it for a second. If you're a Met fan and a Philly fan, and if you're an IBO like Sean, a Yankee fan,
right?
If the Mets are looking to deal Lindor, if that's true, if they're looking at that and saying, you know what, he's an aging shortstop, he doesn't get along with Soto, we'd rather move on.
Yeah, which
Bryce
I ascertained from Stearns' comments. Whenever that was, we did that.
That was what you took out of it. And the Phillies are looking to deal Bryce Harper, and they have a shortstop that cannot play shortstop anymore. I mean, Trey Turner needs to be off that position. I know he signed for $1 million years, but it's not to play shortstop. They can easily move Turner to third base or second base. Does it not, just in theory, make sense?
Baseball sense, yes. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a ton of sense for the Mets to get a bopping first baseman like that. I'd have to think more about the clunkiness of the Phillies' fit, and you're right with Trey Turner. But, it's hard to argue that wouldn't make sense. My only point on why it wouldn't, honestly.
For whom?
For the Mets.
For the Mets. It doesn't make sense for the Mets. Okay.
If Bryce Harper is talking like this now, could you imagine a world where David Stearns is operating the team the way he's operating the team? Is Bryce Harper going to keep his mouth shut, and how much of a bigger deal is it here?
He's already ripped David Stearns because Bryce Harper criticized the Mets offseason.
But he's ripped him not in a Met uniform. Now picture him in a Met uniform going through the trials and tribulations when this team hasn't done enough.
I don't think it's going to change who Bryce Harper is, though.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, he's just because he's a baseball lifer. Like he's going to be involved in some capacity in baseball even when he's done, whether that's being a broadcast or in some way with the team. But he loves the game, and he knows the game, and he's going to express his opinion of the game because he's had so much success over his career.
But I think that fly here, the way the Mets approach is to starting pitching and all of that, I mean, that'll wear thin.
I think Bryce Harper's approach to being open to criticize is because of what Dave Dombrowski said. And I'm not trying to pick sides here because I hate everybody, but I think he is still pissed off, and that has never been fixed.
Right.
Like, there clearly was never a conversation between the two of them where they made it right. Now, we may criticize David Stearns here, and Bryce Harper may not like the moves he makes, but as long as David Stearns isn't outwardly criticizing him, which he wouldn't do.
Right.
I mean, think about David Stearns. He doesn't say anything. Now, all of a sudden, he's going to come out and say Bryce Harper's washed.
The man from Milwaukee.
I don't think Bryce Harper would be as open to say stuff like this. Okay. It's one of those things. And by the way, I'm giving it a lot of thought. I'm not even convinced I would 1,000% do it. The more I heard what's going on in Philly, and I know what's going on here, at least the idea of the Mets trying to move on from Lindor's contract, they are signed for the same amount of years. After this year, they both have 5 years left on their deal. Now, Lindor is making $5 million more in 2027 and about $9 million more per year in 29 through 31. So there is more money on Lindor's contract. I point that out. But Bryce Harper is 1 year older. I point that out. And if you look at their numbers since 2024 and you compare them, who's been the better player, it's very close. But if you look at WAR, which I think is a fair thing to look at, Lindor's actually been better.
What's it good for?
So this.
Absolutely nothing.
It's good for this, damn it. So I know that the rivalry, I get it. The no trade clause, Lindor may never say yes to it. But when you think about trading Lindor, which I'm not a fan of, the only way I'd be a fan of doing it is if I'm getting a player back, not prospects.
Right.
He is a player. He is a Hall of Famer.
A guy who can help you win in the next couple of years.
No doubt.
And that's Bryce Harper.
And he plays a position
that you need desperately.
That they need.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, Evan, because you're the guy who spends a ton of money, goes to a ton of games. Forget the idea that lockouts come. I know it's hard to do. Whenever opening day is next year, real opening day in the summer, and you sit down and you're ready for opening day, are you more excited for a Met fan of running back the Soto-Lindor combo and going, what the hell's going on? Or are you more excited to go, man, it's Bryce Harper and Juan Soto as my two main cogs? What excites Evan Roberts more?
That's not the right way to look at it.
Why is it not the right way to look at it?
Because
that's how you have to look at it.
No, you don't make moves based on cheap excitement.
But that's not cheap excitement.
That is cheap excitement.
Would your expectations be any higher or lower if it's Bryce Harper instead of Francisco Lindor?
Very different. Because I think that now that first base isn't a hole, well, shortstop is a hole.
Stop John Harbaughing it. you
just give me an answer.
Yeah, yes or no.
I'm very 50-50 on this trade. I brought it to the air because I think it makes sense, but it's not like I'm advocating for it like it's a no-brainer. I think there are positives and negatives to it. I lean towards no, but the reason I lean towards no is I don't like Bryce Harper. I think he's a phony. I think he's a douche, and it would take time to figure out how to root for him. I would root for him because he's on my team, but I don't love the guy. And I like Lindor.
Yeah.
Lindor's done a lot for me.
Yeah.
Much like I'm sure some Philly fans will say, hey, Bryce has done a lot for me. But the truth is about a Bryce Harper for Francisco Lindor trade, let's say it did happen. I'll make you this one prediction. It would probably end horribly for both parties.
That's fair.
Is that not fair? Fair. It would end with all of us hating everybody.
Right.
That would be the end
Phillies
game.
would go win.
No, it wouldn't work for Philly, but it wouldn't work for us. That's like...
Right.
Or both guys would not end up, enhancing their legacies in their new places. But again, on paper, when you look at the contracts, when you look at the money, and you look at the fact that there's going to be a breakup in Philly, just like people think there's going to be a breakup with the Mets. I'm not in a rush to do it, but I understand there's smoke here.
But it doesn't also feel like it's a for sure breakup with Lindor.
Do you think there's more of a for sure with the Phillies?
100%.
Because if they don't win,
you're getting public back and forth.
And not only are you getting public back and forth, here's the other aspect of the Phillies. The Phillies didn't do what the Mets did. Now, while it didn't work for the Mets, there was a lot of talk in Philly about you got to break this core up.
Yes. That's been going on for a couple of years now.
Yes. If they don't win this year, and let's say they don't even make the playoffs, let's say it's really that big of a disaster, wouldn't Dave Dombrowski say, okay, now I've got to try something? And when you look at the guys on the roster, Kyle Schwarber ain't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. They just signed.
Nor do you want him to.
Nor do you want to. Trey Turner, you want to talk about an untradeable contract? That's more untradeable. So Bryce Harper may actually be the guy that's the likeliest to move. So it's just a thought. Would you make that trade if you're the Mets?
If I'm the Mets, do I make the trade? I'm going to say no.
You'd say no. And Sean, you would say no as well if you're the Mets?
I'd say yes, ultimately.
You'd say yes.
Because I think the one thing I know, the one variable I know, is that something is off between whatever the hell has happened between Lindor and Soto. Whether it's been repaired or not,
right?
I'm eliminating that.
Yeah, but he's also, when he's on, he's so good.
I agree.
As we've seen over the last, 2 or 3 weeks.
I like Lindor a lot, but I could see why from the Mets it would. You're so far down the road of breaking up all these parts. I actually think this makes sense, and it's a lot better than dumping Pete Alonso and signing Jorge Polanco.
Juan Soto and Bryce Harper played very briefly together in 2018 when Soto was a 19-year-old rookie. And so I have no idea what the relationship is. Just to put that out there. They played together, but what does it mean?
I could assure you. You know what? I'm not going to say it.
What? It's got to be better than Soto and Lindor. Is that what you wanted to say?
No, I'm going to choose not to be a jerk.
Well, be a jerk because you just volunteered it. What's the jerk comment you're going to make? Is that you're going to take a shot at Nolan McLean for some reason?
It would just be the Mets' two biggest stars wishes they were Yankees at that point.
That's kind of funny because Bryce Harper genuinely wishes he was a Yankee. Soto doesn't. He got his money. He's thrilled. He's happy. But, yeah, it's worth thinking about. And I think that if the Mets trade Lindor and the Phillies trade Bryce Harper, it would be during an offseason. This is not a July 31st, August 1st kind of trade.
Yeah.
This is an off-season kind of move. But I don't know. I'll take the temperature down in Philadelphia. I'm curious what they would think. I actually respect what they would say about this.
You're going to go down there with a thermometer?
Yeah. I'm going to walk in with a thermometer and just ask random people, would you trade Bryce Harper for Francisco Lindor?
And they're going to say, we're only talking about LeBron here.
We'll just call up your nemesis, see what he has to say.
I have no nemesis down there.
Yeah, you do.
I have nothing but friends down in the city of Philly.
You've gotten into a serious fight with one of them. He used to be our boss.
Oh, him?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care.
Why don't you shoot him a text and title it, Hey Dildo Head, would you trade Bryce Harper for Francisco Lindor?
As long as I phrase it, Hey Dildo Head, then it's okay.
That's it, absolutely.
All right, let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. Marty in Bethel, New York. What's up, Marty?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
I wanted to bring this back to the Yankee game yesterday because I got to the end of the game when I was able to turn on the radio. And I was expecting the post game and heard the extra innings. And I don't understand. You talk about, I don't think it came down to Ali Sanchez's throw.
No, it didn't.
I believe, well, forget about everything else that happened in the game, but it's fundamental baseball by moving the runner. Now, the White Sox in the 12th inning did it by bunting.
Yes.
And that's really the play. Why doesn't anybody do that?
It's funny you say that.
It makes no sense to me.
So the reason teams don't do it on the road is because they're playing for more than one run.
Mm-hmm.
But I completely agree with you. We've had this rule in effect now for a bunch of years. And one of the opinions I formulated, obviously not all situations are created equal. If you have one of your best hitters up, you're not necessarily bunting. But with a runner on second and nobody out, even in the top of an inning, I want to get that run in. I want to put pressure on my opponent. I want to force them to have to do things right. So I happen to agree with you. I would be more aggressive at laying down bunts and just playing for the one run, even as the road team. I agree with you. I don't think you're wrong. And the Yankees, during the Aaron Boone era, they've been bad in these extra inning games. They just haven't been. And if you look at last night, in both the 10th and 12th inning, when you have a runner on second and nobody out, they couldn't score the run. So not all situations are created equal. You have to go through each individual to know if bunting makes the most sense. But more times than not, Tiki, my philosophy now is play for that one run.
100%. Get them on base and trust your bullpen, especially when you have one of the best bullpens in baseball like the Yankees do. Get the run.
Let's go to Bruce down in Texas. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call as always. Give me a catcher's perspective on what happened with the Yankees. There are games that base runners and catchers play. I'm an old backstop. You get the guys taking too much of a lead. There are things you can do. One of the things you can do is you step out and you stare at them. And you hope you make contact. You make that little motion like under your chin, like next at bat. You can fake a throw and make them dive back in and get his uniform dirty.
Right.
What you never do, especially with third base and 2 outs, is throw down there. I was coached that if we threw behind a runner, we better get him, or I better have a real good answer. Right. And I don't think Sanchez did it. He could have done a lot of things last night if he thought that guy was trying to influence the pitcher. But throwing down, no, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, and I don't think he was trying to influence the pitcher. I don't think it was one of those cases where you see a lot now where guys will take a dash from third base to try to distract the pitcher, especially a righty because they're staring right at third base. I just don't think it was necessary in any regard. Any regard. By the way, I'm thinking about the bunting situation. I'll start in the 10th inning. Trent Grisham's at the plate. If you bunt with Grisham, Ben Rice is going to be walked in all likelihood.
Right.
And so now you're setting up first and third, one out for Jason Dominguez. I think I still do it because the truth is I'm taking the bat out of Ben Rice's hands anyway, potentially. Yeah. So I think everyone needs to learn how to bunt. That's number one. If you're Trent Grisham especially, you better know how to bunt.
Other than Max Schumann.
Yeah. What do you mean other than Max Schumann?
Because he bunts right back to the pitcher.
Well, no, he's just got to be better at it.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
We've seen it multiple times.
I'm just saying, look, there are certain guys who shouldn't bunt in any circumstance. Aaron Judge is not. I'm not asking Aaron Judge to bunt.
Right.
I'm not asking Ben Rice at this point to bunt. But I do think in these extra inning games, I don't know why teams haven't learned. I'd play for one run. Think about how many times teams can't score a freaking run from second base with nobody out.
Right.
It seems like it happens more times than it doesn't. So why wouldn't you play for one run? Let's go to Carlos in Harrison. What's up, Carlos?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
All's well.
So I called for one thing, but I have to say something else before I go into that, if you allow me.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it like this. My favorite player ever all time is Don Mattingly. It bothers me that he's never managed the Yankees and he's managed everywhere else. So the one thing that a lot of people complain about is how Boone does not hold his players accountable. The fact that he called out Bryce Harper, I freaking love. I wish that my coach called out the players and put them in their place. They play for you. So that's besides the point. But if I could go and if you could say something after that, I appreciate it. But if I could make my point as far as the Yankees and what they should pick up by the trade deadline, I was hoping to see if I could get your opinion on that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
So 2 players that I say no matter what, I say get them. And then the third one is the big get. One, get Luis Arias, 300 batter. Yep. Right? Get Jeffers, doesn't strike out. Bring him in, improves 2 positions. And then the big one, the big get, is not Miller, is not Skubal, is you got to get a player that's going to come in here. Also, high average, high on-base percentage. For example, don't know if they're available, but I hear rumors. You mentioned Lindor. You got the guy Pena from Houston, which I don't know if Houston would trade with us. That's okay. And you got the kid from the Marlins, the shortstop.
Otto Lopez.
Those 3 players. If you had those 3 players, now you. I'm going to wait for you, Evan, and
well, a couple of things. I don't think the Mets are trading Lindor right now. They'd explore it during the offseason. I do not think for a second the Astros are trading Jeremy Pena, no matter what A-Rod says. I think he's wrong.
I saw somewhere else that he was on the block.
Yeah, I don't think he's on the block. The Astros don't trade guys like that. They let them leave in free agency.
Unless they want. Yeah, true. It's true.
Though they did trade Kyle Tucker, I guess.
Evan, you should have took off Monday, man.
What?
Trade deadline, nothing's happening. So you should just take off.
I'm working Monday.
But you should take off.
Why? Because I said Jeremy Pena isn't available?
Every name that has come by our lips, nobody's getting traded.
No,
So take off.
The guys he met, guys are getting traded, but he happened to mention a bunch of guys who aren't going to get traded, in my opinion. I don't think Lindor is getting traded. The Marlins listening on Otto Lopez or Xavier Edwards is weird. Like, if they are, look, I can't say they're not available. You want to know why? Because the Marlins are run by a bunch of dummies.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
So how could you say Lindor is not available?
Because they're not trading Lindor. Oh, because you're saying David Stearns is a dummy? Is that what you're going with?
Thank you from Milwaukee. Thank you for 1 + 1 = 2.
You caught me in that one. They're not trading Lindor. They're just not. Luis Arise, yes, I think he'll be traded. The issue with Arise is, where do you play him? Does he play second? Do you move Chaz Chisholm? But Otto Lopez and Xavier Edwards, if the Marlins are dealing, like, sure, pick up the phone. Ryan Jeffers, as great of a fit as he is, the Twins are a half a game out of the playoffs.
Yeah, but now you just lost Buxton to the IL.
They can't do it. Like, if they do, they're a disgrace. If they, it's a disgrace.
Or they're commendable for understanding what we're going to play 3 extra games here.
Commendable? How is that commendable?
Because you're being honest. Because let's be real about this. 2 things that happen in Major League Baseball. They expanded the playoffs to get more revenue, but also it made a GM's job more difficult because you have to weigh the idea of, is this really a crapshoot where we get anything that could happen?
Hold on. Especially when there's so many teams that are sitting at or around 500.
Okay, but can I ask
not
you,
completely out of it.
What's better for the long term of your team?
I'm going to ask you guys a question because the baseball playoff format is weird, but I think we've gone over it enough where you'll know the answer. If the Minnesota Twins get the 3rd wild card spot, you know who they play in the first round of the playoffs?
The White Sox.
The winner of the winner.
The White Sox have a bye.
Yeah, they'll play the Rays. Or the Yankees.
No, you're
the
wrong.
last one. Isn't that how it works?
No, they'd play the crappiest division winner. So they'd play Texas.
Oh, right. Their seeding is different.
Okay,
you just threw us off. You need to refer to them as the 6th seed, not the 3 seed.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said if they're the third, you
the
said
third
it right.
wild card team.
They would be, but that's not the way you got to view it.
Okay.
If they're the 6th seed in the American,
I'm going to dumb this down even more. If the Minnesota Twins get the last playoff spot, the last wild card spot, the 6th team in, the team they play in the first round of the playoffs is the loser winner of the AL West. Let's say it's Texas. Right. The Minnesota Twins can't beat the Texas Rangers. If they win that round, they'll then face the winner of the AL Central, the White Sox or the Guardians. You're telling me the Twins can't win that series?
I don't
so
think they
don't
could beat
tell
Texas
me
right off the bat.
Oh, I'm not saying they can't.
But
I'm
you're
not
saying they also might.
They
be able
could.
to.
They're not playing the Yankees in the first round.
Their path is easier to the ALCS.
If they get the 3rd wild card spot, their path to an American League Championship Series is not exactly riddled with swampland.
Yeah. You know what? I'll flip this around on you then. If you're going to approach it that way.
Now, if they get the 2nd wild card spot, they're screwed.
Right. But if you're going to approach it that way and you're not going to sell, well, then you better freaking figure out a way to buy a couple pieces, too, to make sure you win those series.
I don't disagree with that.
Because standing pat is the worst thing you could do in that
I'm
spot.
not disagreeing. I'm just pointing out that why I am skeptical of Ryan Jeffers being traded. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, I think you're right. I do think the Buxton injury might sway them, though.
What was his first point? Oh, yeah. Let me say this, because I don't think our last caller understood this. Yes, Don Mattingly called out his own player.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. He bitched out Bryce Harper. But why don't you again ask yourself, why did he do it? Did he do it to be a puppet for the front office? And the answer is probably. So again, y'all love Don Mattingly. If Don Mattingly was a puppet for Brian Cashman to rip one of his players, would you really be that happy about it? Or would you say, wow, Donnie sold out? You'd probably say Donnie sold out. Sean, you know the Yankee fan better than anybody.
I hadn't thought of that, but I would be the first one telling you Donnie sold out.
That would be the one way that Don Mattingly shills would actually turn on him. Because they'd say, wow, he's bought and paid for by Brian Cashman.
I'd be tearing down the Hitman posters.
Yeah. I don't know if you go that far.
No, definitely not.
You still love him, but you'd be mad at him in the moment. But that would be a heel turn. So I get it. He called out Bryce Harper. Boy, wouldn't it be cool if Boone did that? Again, the context is he was just doing it for his son and his boss, which is, when you think about it that way, it's not that impressive. Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho. We will take more of your phone calls if you're waiting. We'll get to you, 888-808-1019. And Robert Saleh has responded. Yesterday, we played that clip of Fireman Ed with our buddy Jake Asman saying that Robert Saleh has been talking a lot of trash about week 1. Well, Robert Saleh was asked about it. We'll hear what he had to say.
All gas, no brake.
He didn't just say that. He said something else.
All gas, no brake.
We'll get to that coming up as well. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Anderson windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. If you need custom assemblies, they build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama is your pro team. Visit windorama.com to learn more.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, go check out Collars & Co. You saw them on Shark Tank. They landed that deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Well, now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit, sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my friends over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
The Yankees wrap it up on the South Side with the Sox. 2:10 today.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
Which Gino are we going to get? We're going to get the distracted one with all the stuff off the field. We're going to get the one that was, pretty decent back in Seattle a couple years ago. I don't think you'll get the one that you saw last year.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
I hope that John Harbaugh goes hard as hell on these guys so that they're prepared for what the regular season in the NFL is.
The greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 1019 FM WFAN.
Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
The Make This the Summer event is happening right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees. But hurry, before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours. Weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Giants getting set to take the field for day 2 of John Harbaugh's training camp out in West Virginia. And keep an eye on the Giants' kicking situation and if they need to add a veteran kicker. Remember, they did cut Jason Sanders. Yesterday, rookie, undrafted free agent Dominic Zaveda went 3 for 5, while Ben Sauls went 4 for 5, both missing cheapies, according to the media. The Giants need consistency at a position they simply could not rely on the past 3 straight years.
Yeah, no, it's killed them, especially when the guy gets injured, and then you don't actually have a kicker in the midst of a game.
Yeah.
Sean will give us a Cinco in a few minutes. Let's get to some of your phone calls. Let's go to Bruce in Flushing. What's up, Bruce?
Hey, Bruce.
No, you're going to bring it to me.
Oh.
The regular nurse does that.
Uh-oh. I'll bring it to you. What's up, Bruce?
What's up, Bruce?
Hello?
Hello. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, that was a couple of things about last night's game.
Yes.
Number one, obviously you have plenty of chances to win the game, but one, why did Aaron Boone take out Cruz? The other day he pitched 24 pitches. We had 2-3 days rest before that, and if you follow Cruz. When his splitter's not working, then he has problems. But his splitter was dancing last night. So why did he take him out? There was no reason to take him out. And it wasn't like you bring in Mariano Rivera.
Yeah. You're going to Paul Blackburn, of all people.
Right.
Yeah. I think that was one of those could go either way. He gave up the leadoff double, but then he got Caro to pop up. Mm-hmm. I mean, those are one of those moves. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but sometimes this happens over the course of a baseball game where that's a coin flip move.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have had any issue with Fernando Cruz staying in the game to face Antonaccio, but we know the results. I mean, Paul Blackburn came in and gave us one of his worst performances as a Yankee, giving up back-to-back home runs and turning a 4-1 game into a 4-4 game. But I don't think it was a mind-numbingly bad move, just a move that didn't work out.
All right.
Because Paul Blackburn came in and was bad. You know what? I'm sick of Paul Blackburn. Opened up his big mouth the other day. saying, well, you know why I'm successful with the Yankees? I have a role here. I know what to do. You know what your role is with the Mets? When you go into a game, don't blow it. How about that? How about when you come into a game for for Clay Holmes, who got taken out early? That was the beginning of the disaster a year and a half ago, June 13th. That Friday night against Tampa Bay. It was Paul Blackburn who came in and lit the game on fire.
We'll take your word for it.
Hopefully, for your sake, he's not lighting your season on fire.
I agree, which is why I didn't have a problem with it last night, because I'd rather keep knowing more than not knowing whether I could trust Paul Blackburn come October. And last night was a little pelt.
Joe on Long Island. Hey, Joe.
Evan, how's it going? How's it going, guys?
Good, man. What's up?
All right, so I'm going to try and make this quick, but I have a few questions quick to ask you, Evan. You can go yes or no or a little burb if you have.
All right.
Diehard Met fan, love the Rico, love the way you think ball. Manager, are you intrigued with Beltran? Is that the guy you want?
I'm very much intrigued by him, sure.
Okay, so my dream bench coach to Beltran, and he would have to be up to this, is I think we can all agree on no matter what happens to 2027, the noise is going to get way louder in Queens than it's been this year. I think that's a pretty agreeable statement, right?
Right.
I think the one guy that can handle this perfectly, especially the rift between Lindor and Soto, he's brought this organization places from a deep hole, maybe not as deep as this with expectation, but to me, the dream bench coach next to Beltran for 1 year would be Terry Collins. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah,
they have a close relationship.
No, they do, and I think when Beltran initially got the Met job going into the 2020 season, there were rumors about Terry Collins being his bench coach. If Terry's willing to do it, it's a great hire. If that's something he wants to do for a year or two.
Yeah, 77 years old, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to do it. I mean, Don Zimmer was a bench coach for a long time, and he got thrown down on the ground by Pedro Martinez, rightfully so, because Don charged him like a bull.
Yeah, I mean, your point, your role is obviously to coach a little bit, but it's also to manage the clubhouse.
Yeah, and also help the guy with inexperience. Not that that was the case with Zimmer and Torrey. Obviously, Joe had plenty of experience, but in the case of Carlos Beltran, being the guy that helps him kind of learn, because he's never been a manager before. I mentioned earlier how Bryce Harper for Francisco Lindor makes a lot of sense when you think about it. And I wondered aloud what Juan Soto would think. Because Juan Soto, obviously, there have been these rumors and innuendo, and Steve Cohen did confirm that last year Soto and Lindor did not have a great relationship. I don't know what the relationship is right now. They appear to be good on TV, but who knows? I know Francesa recently said it's still terrible. Okay, they still hate each other. I have no idea, but we've done some research.
Okay.
What does Juan Soto think of Bryce Harper? If they're making a Bryce Harper for Lindor trade, as I threw out there, what would Juan Soto think about it? Here's what Juan Soto said just a few weeks ago about Bryce Harper.
What do you remember most about being their teammate?
From Harper, I mean, it's just the kind of player he is. He's this unbelievable player, great leader. Schwarber is unbelievable leader, even much better person. Like, he was great for me and for the whole team.
Wow. Oh, my God.
He's pining to be a Philly now.
No, he's pining for Lindor to go to Philly.
I'm just kidding.
And they could take back Bryce Harper. So Bryce loves Bryce Harper. Juan Soto loves Bryce Harper is what we learned.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's a great leader.
He's a great leader.
Juan
And by the
Soto.
way, sometimes being a great leader is saying the things that everybody's thinking that nobody will say.
Yeah,
And
like
from a player standpoint.
Like, hey, Dave Dombrowski, go make a trade and make us better.
Yeah.
Look, Juan Soto's got a lot of power in this organization.
He's wonderful.
So maybe he would want to trade like that. Anyhow, Sean, we're all getting hungry, so take care of business.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle.
Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. I feel like it's been a while, and I've been doing some sports lists lately. Listening to sports radio. I'm going back to the food well today.
Nice.
It's lunch. People are thinking about it. We're getting towards the weekend, and Evan and I enjoyed a slice last Friday to get ready for the show.
He's fat!
And it led
I
to...
saw a belly.
Yes, exactly. Both of us. It led to a conversation and a mind race, and I'm here to just give you the 5 best slices. Now, I'm not going to give you specific pizzerias. You want to call in, do that whole... I'm not doing that. Just standard. You go to a pizzeria, the 5 best slices that exist in New York City.
Adore lay right down the street from us.
Right. Okay. But the point is, some places do certain things better. I'm going right down the line. We all could agree for the most part. Here we go.
Here we go!
Number 5.
The white slice is the 5th best slice. No sauce, a little extra ricotta. I think it's delicious, crispy, floppy, doesn't matter. I think the white slice, insane. A little cracked red pepper on there. How we doing?
A little bread and cheese.
Yeah, let's go.
Number 4.
The sausage slice. Man, you slice sausage into thin pieces and plop that on a pizza. That is as good a protein pizza combo fix you will get.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the Grandma Brooklyn style. It's not as thick as the standard Sicilian, but it's a square slice, thin, usually very tasty with the right sauce. That's my 3rd favorite slice.
The problem is the interior pieces. You kind of don't have the crust, and you're kind of like just flopping it around in your hand.
But I like flopping it around in my hand.
You're out of shape and you're fat.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the plain slice. Why does it get overlooked? Because we have so many creative slices now. The plain is still the best.
What are you, 8?
What do you mean? You don't like a plain slice every once in a while? All right, last but not least.
Number 1.
Look, a lot of people could deny it. It's the year 2026. The buffalo chicken slice is now the best slice, pound for pound.
You didn't even include pepperoni,
No
though.
pepperoni?
Pepperoni is like a hallmark.
Pepperoni might be a hallmark. Do we actually like pepperoni?
Yes.
Nah.
Do I actually like
There's some
pepperoni?
little pepperonis that are cupped and like
I
the
know.
oil is in there a little bit.
People love it, but here's how you know you don't love pepperoni. Now every time somebody has pepperoni, they got to add the hot honey drizzle on it. What happened to just standard pepperoni? I'm out on pepperoni. I don't like pepperoni. I've never been a pepperoni guy. I don't like pepperoni sticks. I don't like pepperoni slices. I don't like pepperoni anything. Doesn't make my top 5. Sorry, get lost. It wouldn't even be an honorable mention. I'd go to meatball before that.
That's crazy.
You just like the pepperoni nipples, that's all.
Yeah, listen, I'll take my nipples looking like pepperoni, but I'm not going to take my pizza with it. So those are the top 5. It's undebatable.
That's sacrilegious.
No, it's
like,
not.
It's one thing to not put it number 1. You didn't even put it on the list.
You know, I've had plenty of people over for pizza. Not once has anybody went, man, no pepperoni? No way.
I'm very surprised about something, and I love buffalo chicken pizza. I don't have it often, so it feels like it's more special. I got this one wrong because a few years ago, a new kind of pizza came out, and I thought it was the greatest invention of all time. I thought it was a game changer, and I thought that every pizzeria across the United States of America would use this. And it flamed out. I don't even know if it exists anymore. And you know what that is?
What's that?
Cheese in the crust. Cheese in the crust was developed, I think, by Pizza Hut. I think Pizza Hut did it. The cheesy crust.
Yeah, I love it.
And I thought it was amazing. Like, oh, the crust is so boring. You get to the crust, you eat it, but it's like, it doesn't do it for you. And then for a few years, you had this mozzarella cheese just coming out of the crust. And it was amazing. And like, I don't even know if it exists anymore. Now, maybe Pizza Hut still does it, but no one else does. And I really thought it was going to be a fad that every pizzeria would sign up on.
I talked to my local pizza guy about this about 18 months ago. It was in
You broke this down with him?
I did, because I have thought the same thing as you. And it turns out a lot of the pizzerias, they have so many different specialty slices now that apparently the cost to time consumption to constantly be doing it if it's a hit is just not worth the squeeze for these pizza places.
Wow, so it's a
because
cheapness
not
thing.
everybody wants it.
Not
and so,
everyone wants
so you're
it.
not going to make it in mass.
Yeah, exactly. So if you you need to like pre-prep a couple of those crusts, have them ready to go, and then it's very time consuming and delicate. You got to roll it over a bunch. This is what my pizza guy told me.
Wow, so it's a laziness thing.
It's able to be done, but you're not going to get enough bang for the buck on the time it takes.
Because how much more are you going to charge to make it worth
That's
it?
the other
and,
part.
like, people aren't going to pay that much more just to have cheese in their pizza.
Yes.
But I loved it. Like, was I crazy to think that was awesome?
No, it was awesome because it made you want to eat the whole slice.
No doubt about
As
it.
opposed to the hard, like this is brick crust. And you just throw it to your dog.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
You just take it and throw it to your
Yeah,
dog?
CJ just sits right in front of me when I'm eating pizza. She's just waiting for me to give her a piece of crust.
Yeah, she's begging.
She's begging.
Crust is odd because when I was a kid, I hated the crust. Just like my kids hate the crust. They never eat it. As an adult, I like the crust. I won't say I love it, but I always eat it. I find it to be so much better. It's one of those foods or parts of a food that gets better as life goes on.
Who used to add the garlic dip?
Oh, was that Domino's?
I think it was either Domino's or Papa John's.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
remember now. And that was when I would eat the crust because I would just dip it in the garlic.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
And it had like a new flavor to it.
That does work.
I love the crust, and I love that my kids don't like the crust because that's bonus crust for me.
Yes, that's where I'm at now.
More
same,
carbs.
Same thing. My son had...
That was a shot.
It's true. My son had grilled cheese yesterday, left the crust. I walked in, I saw it. I was like, good. And a little
Wait,
snack.
hold on. Grilled cheese crust?
Yeah, the crust around the bread.
Yeah, my kids are the same way.
How thick is that, though, to eat?
It's not.
It's not.
It's just you can't cut. like you're gonna get cheese in there, and so it's not like it's just bread. It's cheese.
And most kids eat around the crust. Now, is it a meal? No, but it was like a nice little. Oh, let me throw this in my mouth, and it was good. Mike wants to comment on Sean's list. Let's see if it's complimentary. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
All as well.
Man, I'm the Dave-O head shirt guy. You guys remember me?
Yeah, of course.
And I called. Yeah, last time I called in was the last time Sean spewed this nonsense about buffalo chicken slices. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Like I was getting in my car, I thought I'd flash back 2 years and was just like having like some nonsense, like an LSD flashback or something. But man, he's a jabroni, man.
I think the worst part now is not his opinion. It's that, did you do this list before? Are you now recycling Cinco's?
Look, go ask Dan.
Is
to look
that
back.
true?
I don't remember this, but I mean, I know I've spoken about buffalo chicken pizza, but also I kind of think you're just not relevant in 2026 if you don't realize the rise that buffalo chicken has had now as a pizza. It just if a pizzeria is not doing a good buffalo chicken, it's not a good pizzeria anymore. That's just the way society shifted.
Have them.
They do always have them.
I'm just never compelled to get it.
But I'm not telling you have to be compelled. Everybody's taste buds are different, but I'm saying I would guess a majority of society, maybe it's a younger generation thing, that's the slice now, man. It just is.
I think buffalo chicken is great. Big buffalo chicken guy. I'm more upset that you repeated lists now.
Well,
I'm going to start fact checking you.
No, Evan, provide the audio before you accuse me of repeating lists. Maybe I just said on the air that I think buffalo chickens had a rise.
Let's say I do provide the audio.
Then I'll apologize and say I didn't realize I did it.
Were you wearing out for the entire show?
No, because the flip side is I'm giving you an updated list. If the list is different, then you know what? Here's where I'll wear
Then
it
I'm
out.
not looking for the audio.
No. Here's where I'll wear the L. If I did the list and the list is exactly the same, then that's a failure on me to the audience. If the list has changed, then it's an updated list.
All right, archivist Dan, you know what to do.
Didn't we have a kid that was archiving these as well?
We did. He was the one who named Cinco de Luncho.
That's right.
He was a kid who loved the Cinco de 5-0, heard about our time change, and said, how about Luncho? And we were like, that's it. It's done.
It's taken off.
And it's taken off, so good job by him. Danny in Manhattan. Hey, Danny.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, it's Danny from Yorktown. Yeah, listen, Evan.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper said a couple of years ago, I think it was when he re-signed with the Phillies, that he would never play, no amount of money, but he would never play for the Mets.
Yeah, I don't buy it. You're cutting out, and I'll tell you why I don't buy it. Because it's going to end in a breakup with Philly. And I think, obviously, you have a full no trade. You could do what you want with it. Some wield a lot of power with it. Giancarlo Stanton famously refused trades to St. Louis and San Francisco and said, no, I'm sorry. I'm only going to go, I think the three teams were the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Astros. That was it. So, obviously, the player has the ability to wield that kind of power. If Bryce Harper and Dave Dombrowski are really having, and this has gone on for a while now, and it's going to end in a breakup, and Bryce is like, you know what? First is acceptance. I don't want to be here anymore. I'd be stunned if he was against playing in New York. You want to tell me he's going to refuse a trade to Tampa Bay or wherever?
All right.
Fine. I just don't think that'll happen.
And by the way, why would he have said that then? Was it because the Mets weren't ready to win?
No, I think division rival. I think you do it as a rival, and I respect that. I really do. I respect that. He's been a rival of the Mets his entire career with the Nationals and the Phillies. So I have no problem with a comment like that. But I think if this is a breakup that occurs and Dave Dombrowski goes to Bryce Harper and his agent and say, look, we have a deal in place for you to go to the Mets, I completely disagree with you guys that he'd say no. The guy who would say no is probably Lindor. Because who the hell wants to live in Philly?
Yeah. Well, he could live in New York and
pull a LeBron
and helicopter.
Yeah.
He could do that.
Keep the home.
They could. No, it doesn't cross. It crosses over a little bit, not a ton.
What crosses over?
Basketball and baseball season.
Yeah.
They could commute together.
They could? Boy, I'll tell you, LeBron is setting a horrible precedent.
He really is.
He's allowing people to go play for the Phillies and the Sixers and the Eagles without ever having to live in that hellhole. That doesn't feel fair.
A butthole.
Wow, I didn't say that, Aaron. That's a little bit harsh. Let's go to Ralph in Manhattan. What's up, Ralph?
You know, I just heard from the great philosopher Juan Soto about the Bryce Harper thing, but let me give you my 2 cents, if you let me.
Yes.
You know, the great Donnie Baseball, whom I have the most respect for, what a ball player. He sold out. Mark my words, sold out. See, in a different context, guys, it would have been admirable. You would have said, wow, look at Donnie standing up. I mean, going against his guy, criticizing the ball player. because these guys cannot be criticized whatsoever. But in this context, he lost all credibility. And, the fact that there's nepotism going on just adds to the whole comment that I'm making. See, Donnie was a hell of a ball player, but, I think his managerial philosophy has actually changed. If you notice, he was very subdued and very, what can I say, very complacent. You could even say complacent in the past.
Right.
Whereas now he's more assertive. He's a different guy. Somebody got in his ear and said, you got to speak out. You got to speak out against these players, I think.
And by the way, I think that your explanation is very spot on. Like, I presented this more about, hey, there's going to be a breakup and Lindor for Harper makes sense. But the other angle is Don Mattingly crushed one of his own players. Yeah. And when the Yankee fan takes it as, oh, we need some of that, Ralph nailed it. He sold out. He sold out to the front office. He's doing the front office's doings. That's what he's doing.
They were pretty good.
That's what if Aaron Boone does that, you could say, oh, he ripped a player. And he's just behesting for the general manager, who happens to be his son or his boss, in this case, Brian Cashman. I think if you look past it, you'd say he's just selling out.
Right.
He's just saying what he has to say to keep his job and kiss the front office's ass. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, he has nothing to lose, though, in Philly.
He doesn't, but
because he's just the interim.
He wants the job.
Yeah.
He said he wants the job.
I think he wants
I'm not making it up.
Yeah, he wants a job for sure.
But he said he would love to keep this job. So what does he do? He defends his son, and he defends Dave Dombrowski by taking a shot at Bryce Harper. Did you see that ESPN and LeBron James, according to Andrew Marchand, are closing in on an agreement for a behind-the-scenes documentary that will be, quote, similar to The Last Dance?
Didn't we already know this?
Weird rumors about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused by this one.
Yeah, there were rumors about a documentary. This is now, hey, it's a close deal.
No
matter
where he went.
No matter where he went. Right. And then it's going to be similar to The Last Dance.
I mean, it makes sense.
Will people watch that? This is very different than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, let's not forget, we didn't know Michael Jordan was doing this. Like, we weren't aware of it, and it came out much later, and we were like, wow, this is cool.
It came out during the pandemic, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, it also came out 16 years after he played, or 17 years, technically, from when he played his final game.
Yeah.
This is being filmed now. I assume it'll air next year. The guy may still be playing.
Well, I mean, Michael Jordan's had to be filmed then as well.
Yeah, but it didn't come out for 16, 17 years.
It was part of the sell. Not only did we not have sports, I mean, we basically broke it down like it was sports every day.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when he retired, whatever it was, 16 years ago, we didn't know that this was being filmed.
That's exactly right. And it was sold to us as this is footage that's never been seen. We're going to know this footage has been shot.
I do want to correct myself. Since they ignored willingly his Washington Wizards tenure, it was actually 22 years after he stopped playing. Because they only included the Bull years. They did not include 2 years that did exist in Washington.
Hold on, though. The Last Dance was also not just about Jordan. It was about their last dance together. Jordan, the Bulls, Pippen.
That's true. I kind of think about it as Jordan, though.
But yeah, because he was the main star. But the idea of the Last Dance wasn't meant Michael's last dance. It was meant the Bulls dynasty's last dance. He knew it was going to be the end. Reinsdorf, the whole thing.
Gotcha. So you're defending why they didn't talk about the Wizard years?
Exactly. It never occurred to me that should be talked about.
Well, it should have been mentioned at least.
Also, isn't Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers doing this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I heard that too. Huh. Yeah.
I mean, I like access. I like documentaries. I think they're interesting. I think time-wise, though, there's a period that you need. Like, the A-Rod doc's good. He's been out of baseball for a while. The Jeter doc was good. He was out of baseball for a while. I personally, and I'm not a LeBron hater like some, I don't have an appetite to watch a doc about LeBron James. Not yet.
Not in 2027.
Not in 2027 At some point, yeah. Just not yet. That's all.
And it's also very different because LeBron James, not Michael Jordan or just the Bulls, it was a dynasty. Right. They were together for a long time. This is LeBron James for a season
with a new team.
I don't like LeBron James.
Right? Are they touching on his Cleveland tenure or the Miami or back to Cleveland?
I think it's just this
Lakers
season,
and that's not going to be interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's not going to be interesting to the masses. It will be interesting to maybe the Philadelphia fan.
I'll tell you, I know this doesn't exist unless it was done secretly. Here's the LeBron documentary I would watch. You want me to tell me a documentary? His final year in Cleveland the first time and his first year in Miami with the decision mixed in the middle. If you gave me a documentary day by day, hour by hour, how the decision was made, the final year in Cleveland, the beginning of his time in Miami, I would totally watch that. And by the way, there's been enough time where I'm interested in it.
Right.
But if that doesn't exist,
and I think the reason that The Last Dance was so interesting is because they were already great. Right, they had won back-to-back championships, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, we kind of feel like this is it for Michael and this whole situation. Let's document it.
Yeah, no, I get you. Can see it coming.
Keep it for posterity.
We'll hear from Robert Saleh, his response to Fireman Ed saying that he circled that game against the Jets on his schedule and has been talking some trash. And we'll get you set for the Yankee White Sox game, checking on the lineup. It is Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash.
Circa Resort and Casino has a contest that you guys are going to be pining for. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. There's no rake, so if the entries go above the guarantee, then all that extra money, it goes to the prize pool. Remember, register at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, and then you can play from wherever you are. There are 3 ways to win: Circa Million 6, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. And Circa Million 6, $6 million in grand prizes. You pick a team against the spread every single week, and the winner takes home $1 million. Then Circa Survivor, $20 million in guaranteed prizes. Pick one team straight up every single week, and be sure you can only pick one team once per season. And then Circa Grandissimo. This is the ultimate high-stakes survivor game. $100,000 entry fee, so it's big money. But there's $4 million guaranteed to the winner or the winners. Last year, 6 people won and split $6.9 million in prize pool money. Remember, Circa Resort Casino. Sign up at the Sportsbook in Nevada and play from anywhere.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
ESPN has reported that the NBA's investigation into Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers could now stretch into 2027. What the hell is going on here? We've known about this situation with Kawhi for a year, and it still isn't resolved. And to make things worse, the Toronto Raptors are trying to complete a trade for Kawhi Leonard. The NBA needs to get this figured out sooner rather than later for the upcoming season. I'm Nick Costos.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
DQ presents Being a Miracle Maker. Making a difference in your community has never been easier because July 30th is Miracle Treat Day at DQ. You buy a blizzard tree at participating locations and DQ will donate $1 or more to Children's Miracle Network to benefit your local children's hospital. So on July 30th, buy a blizzard tree and be a miracle maker, a blizzard-eating hero, doing their part on Miracle Treat Day. July 30th, DQ. Happy tastes good.
You know that feeling right before kickoff? The pure anticipation? That's exactly what summer weekends are all about. And the Ford Summer Sales Event is here to help you answer the call. Choose your own adventure with a new Ford SUV. Hit the beach with the Bronco family, tow your favorite toys with the Expedition, or pack the whole starting lineup for a getaway in the Explorer. Whatever play you call, save big in the process. And don't wait on the sidelines. The Ford Summer Sales Event is happening right now at all of your local Ford stores.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Fans, arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at Yankees.com/tickets today.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Your New York Yankees are chasing another championship. Talk Yankees baseball with the fans at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. We do get the Mets beginning a series with the Marlins tonight at 7:10. Yuri Perez, Nolan McLean. Maverick Carter, who works with LeBron, has tweeted, "We are not doing anything like The Last Dance." LeBron doesn't even know when his last season is, so that piggybacks off what we just had. And last but not least, the Yankees. Coming up here, a 2:10 first pitch. It can be heard right here on The Fan. Following us, Ryan Weathers faces Sean Burke. The Yankee lineup today. It's Trent Grisham, for some reason, is still leading off in center field. Ben Rice bats second at first base. Jason Dominguez, who should be hitting leadoff, but the manager's an idiot, bats third and right. Paul Goldschmidt, the DH, cleans up. Spencer Jones bats fifth and plays left field. Don't worry, he'll get pinch hit for no reason later on.
Well, there'll be a reason there'll be a lefty on the mound.
Again, no reason. Jazz Chisholm plays second and bats sixth. Anthony Volpe, so he can't pinch hit later because he's actually starting the game, will bat seventh and play short. Ryan McMahon bats eighth and plays third. And Austin Wells, who won't throw the ball in the outfield but certainly won't get a hit, bats ninth and catches.
Well said. Yankees, White Sox. The difference today is between winning a series 3 out of 4 and splitting a 4-game series against the Chicago White Sox. So yesterday on the show, I played this clip from Jake Asman's YouTube show. Does a great job covering the Jets, talking about the Jets. He had Fireman Ed on. And I have no reason to believe Fireman Ed would ever make up a story. Why would he? And we also know that Robert Saleh talks a lot. He communicates a lot, as we remember from a few years ago with our buddy Joe Beningo, right? So on the Jake Asman YouTube show, Fireman Ed said this about Robert Saleh and his view of Week 1's game against the Jets.
A little birdie that was out in Tahoe that told me that Saleh said they were going to beat our ass. That came directly from Saleh. I can't say who said it to me, but he said, we're going to beat their ass. I said, oh, baby, put that on them. Put that on the board.
So I want it on the board. That's why I played that clip, gave the proper credit. Let everybody know Robert Saleh, who did a terrible job as head coach of the New York Jets, he wants to talk a big game, which he has a right to do. And I'm glad that story, that clip from Jake's show got amplified enough to where Robert Saleh was asked about it today at training camp. Now, Tiki, before we take a listen, you kind of know Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
How do you think Robert Saleh answered this?
I think he answered this by saying he would say this about any team, that this is not just the Jets. He's just being bombastic.
So you think this is, I'll confirm it, but this has nothing to do with the Jets.
Yeah.
I'd say it about anybody.
Yeah, he's trying to group the Jets with everybody else.
Well, here's the good news. I haven't heard it either, so I'm very excited to hear the answer from former Jets head coach Robert Saleh.
Did you say that? And if not, what's your response to firing
I don't know, man. I was just made aware of it like 15 minutes ago. I must have had over 1,000 fan interactions at that event, so who knows? But I mean, isn't that the objective anyway, though, man? Like, I don't think the Jets are coming here Week 1 to sit at the 50-yard line, roast marshmallows, and talk about our summers. So we're getting after it. They're getting after it, and may the best team win.
That was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But he didn't answer the question. He pulled a John Harbaugh. He's like, I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
he answered it.
He answered it by saying what? Yes?
He had a lot of fan interactions. That's code for, I talked to a lot of people. Yeah, I said it. Do I remember exactly the who and the when? No.
Yeah.
So why
it
would he
doesn't
just
matter. No, who cares?
Well, why would he just say I said it? Yeah.
Because it may not be the exact wording he said, and that's probably why he's a little worried about that.
He's worried about what?
I don't know. Who knows exactly what it's. If I admit I said this, who knows what else I said to people there that then will come out.
Yeah, there could be a ton of things that I said.
I want that game so badly. Like, I just, for a myriad of reasons, I've said it's the game that determines if the Jets are going to have a season or not.
Yeah,
like, they lose Week 1, they're going to bury themselves.
Just another log on the fire type of thing.
But I want to beat that ass because Robert Saleh, who may be a really nice guy and may turn out to be a good head coach with the Tennessee Titans. I have no idea. Sometimes your second job is the job that really puts you over the top. It's just he's the face of disappointment. He's the face of giving bad answers in front of the lectern. He's the face of awkwardly trying to hug Aaron Rodgers, who said, calm down. He's the face of don't worry, everyone's going to coach themselves. He's the face of an era of Jet football, which I don't put all on him, but was really disappointing. Like, I went into 3 years ago when Aaron Rodgers came over and Robert Saleh's the head coach with a lot of hopes, with a lot of belief. And again, he wasn't the main reason or the only reason, but he was certainly a part of it. And I want to beat his ass. So I'll return the favor. If he doesn't want to admit it, I'll say it. And Fireman Ed agrees. Jake Asman agrees. Joe Beningo will agree. I want to whip that ass. I want to beat the Tennessee Titans in Week 1.
And they're playing like ass.
Yes. So that's how I feel.
All right. I mean, honestly, it's a big game for the Giants, so we want the Titans.
Go again with this. Still love that opinion that you have, that the game is important for the Giants. And I did tell Sean yesterday, we're going to have a brand new segment every, I don't know if we should do it on Fridays, maybe Thursdays.
A little prep.
Little prep where Sean will give us every game of the NFL schedule very quickly on who the Giant fan should root for. Since he has an angle for everything. Everything. So I look forward to that. Let's go to Pete in Astoria. What's up, Pete? Hello, Pete.
Hello?
What's up, Pete?
Hello. What's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah. You're on the radio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Pete?
We've been hearing you the whole time. You got something to say?
Right. Hey, big fan of the show, guys. I just wanted to circle back to the Yankees Volpe situation.
Yes.
I'm not a Yankee fan, but you hear this over and over again. I don't know how the Yankees have given Volpe such a long string of rope. Baseball is a confidence game. When you're playing and you're doing well, you build on that confidence. The Yankees mind screw everybody their prospects that they bring up.
Who are they? How are they mind?
He's having a great game yesterday. They pinch hit for him.
Yeah, but
Jason Dominguez Sean said in the past, Dominguez has had a couple of hits here and there. The next day they sit him.
Yeah.
Baseball's a game of confidence where you got to play and have that. You can't keep looking over your shoulder, am I going to play? Am I going to get pinch hit? And I know it's being a professional, but being in the game from Little League all the way to the pros, you have to have that confidence.
But don't you think with each individual, and Tiki, you can answer this as an athlete, but doesn't every athlete respond differently to something like that?
I think they do, and I think you have to know your player, but you also, as a guy who's in a lineup now, probably more regularly because of all the injuries in Spencer Jones, you also have to earn it. Like, you have to earn your right to be in a game in a critical moment.
Isn't that a good thing?
Of course it is, and he hasn't done it yet. And I know as a Yankee fan, you want to see, like, you want to believe that he's going to get it done. But I think, as we talked about with other sports now, really getting into this, in particular football, because who were we talking about yesterday? The Jets using analytics. Darren Muji said this. AI, but it's really analytics, just a fancy way of saying doing analytics faster. You have to look at his splits. You have to look at what Spencer Jones does against lefties, and it's not been great.
You want to put guys in position to succeed.
Yeah.
I faced that dilemma last night with A.J. Ewing. A.J. Ewing has played well over the last 3 games.
Yeah,
and they sat him again.
Yeah, he didn't play in the second game.
He didn't play him against Chris Sale. Now, Chris Sale's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Right.
So the balance is, do you just want to throw him in to learn, or are you afraid that an 0-for-4 against Chris Sale could almost put you in a tailspin and put you in a slump? I think the Yankees, it's different in that every move you make right now is not about developing or coddling. It's about winning.
Yeah, and Anthony Volpe just has better splits against lefties.
Yeah, and it's as simple as that.
Right.
Who gives you the best chance to succeed? I just read a quote from Chad Johnson. It's cracking me up. Chad Ochocinco.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's real because I don't have the audio, but can I read it to you?
Go ahead.
Chad Johnson says he only dates women with multiple children.
Why?
Women without kids, 98.9% of the time, have no food in the fridge, no snacks in the pantry, and always want to eat out. I don't care about dressing up or food pics. Do you have snacks in the pantry?
I mean,
and he's saying if
he might not be wrong.
I think he's probably right.
He might be spot on with that.
It's great analysis.
It is.
If that's your priority.
Hey, where the potato chips?
That's his.
Where are the pistachios?
I feel like if Sean was a single man, that he would have the same philosophy.
100%.
He'd be like, the rule is you have to have multiple
If you
children.
don't have snacks, then we're not dating.
Yes.
See, I do. Mario in Long Beach. Hey, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All's well.
Yo.
Yeah, can't complain.
Good.
The thing with let me tell you, I've got 2 points. The thing with Lindor is, and I manage people too, sometimes they move their lockers apart, right?
Right.
I believe that happened, right?
Right.
This is a problem that you have to do something like that. Sometimes you have 2 people, they just can't get along, they can't work together, period. And this might be the way it is with these 2 guys, We don't know what's really going on.
It may be, but I don't know if that's true. Now, I do know that the lockers did change ahead of the 26th season. I don't know if it's because they can't stand each other. Mm-hmm. And we do know from Steve Cohen that they did not get along in 2025. I don't know what's happening in 2026. I'm certainly not in the room. None of us know. Even the writers who are in the room don't know. But it does feel, by watching this on TV, and I'm trying to do my best, it does feel like they get along. It was one game the other day in which they were standing right next to each other talking.
Right.
If they hate each other that much, wouldn't they avoid eye contact and avoid talking at all times? So it may be something that has passed. They may never be best friends, but I also don't think it necessarily rises to the level of you got to trade the guy.
Yeah, and they don't have to be best friends. Like
they don't.
What's the disruption?
There wouldn't be. Obviously, if they're getting in fist fights, that would be a problem, but there's been no reported squirrel, rat, raccoon situation like we had with Jeff McNeil. So, I don't know. Like, we all make stories, and the stories kind of piss me off because we just start writing fan fiction. There is a fan fiction that Francisco Lindor is like the general manager who got rid of the Mets core.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think the Mets got rid of Pete Alonso because him and Lindor disagree about something?
That feels like a David Stearns philosophical, or at least long-term philosophy.
Of course it is. Of course, it's obvious that it is. And even the other day, I forget who wrote the column. They did a whole, what went wrong with the Mets thing. And Lindor was quoted as saying, we miss Pete.
Yeah.
He was very honest. I love Pete, one of the best teammates I ever had. I don't think that's performance. That's not performative. So the idea that it has somehow become a story that, wow, Lindor got rid of this guy and that guy, it's just not true. It can't be true. Now, did the Mets say, hey, Jeff McNeil has underachieved since his batting title. We don't think he's that good. And oh, by the way, it doesn't help that him and Lindor have gotten into multiple fights. We should get rid of him. Absolutely. I can't deny that their interactions may have played a role in getting rid of Jeff McNeil. So that's the thing. There are some truths to it, but it gets expanded into something that's completely over the top. By the way, Malik Neighbors looked good in camp yesterday.
Yeah, he definitely did. Now, he wasn't going full football action speed. I don't know if anybody really was in the first day of training camp. And it'll be interesting to see what today is like for Malik Neighbors.
It's definitely a good sign, though, that
100%
he could be ready for the start of this season.
I would pump the brakes on that, though, because there's a violence to playing the game at a high level that you don't know if he's ready for. And the last thing you want to do is put him in position to re-injure himself. And I'm not talking about the ACL. I know how those things work. You fix it, and it's basically fixed. It's the meniscus. It's the subsequent issue that he had that required his second surgery. That's not as simple as fixing your ACL. And so I need to see multiple days of him looking good and not having swelling and not feeling pain and all those things that we probably aren't going to get a full detail on for another week or so.
Well,
but it is a good sign.
It is. And thank you, Tiki. Tiki just gave us a window seat to Giants training camp, and it was brought to you by Windorama's first down deal. Save up to 40% on new windows and doors.
It's a good week for you, Evan.
Why were you so surprised?
Because you leave certain things on Evan's desk. You never know if they're going to get read or not. And we wipe our hands clean, Evan. Nothing to worry about tomorrow, pal.
Well, I'm not here tomorrow. I'm taking a Friday off. They call it the Boomer.
Which is why I'm glad that you did that.
Has Boomer worked a Friday in the summer? That's a great question, right?
I think he had a couple full weeks.
He had to.
I don't think so. I think Boomer, I'm not complaining. Like I said about when he bitched about me doing shows from home, I said, you know what? Go write a better contract, Boomer. Boomer's got a great contract. If he doesn't work Fridays in the summer, God bless him. Before they called it the Boomer, do you know what they called it?
What?
They called it the Mike Clown. I mean, so it's fantastic. But yeah, I was inspired by Boomer and Mike. I want to take tomorrow off. You know what I'm doing?
What's that?
You'll be impressed by this.
Nothing?
No, I'm actually doing something.
What are you doing?
I am taking my youngest son, Spence Roberts, with my wife, she's there too, to see Spider-Man in 4D on its opening day.
Oh, wow.
Because Spider-Man comes out.
Does he love it?
Love Spider-Man. And then to top it all off, right? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Ice cream.
You're taking him to a Mets game?
I'm not only taking him to a Mets game, they're giving away a Spider-Man Mets t-shirt.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
I mean, it is a Spider-Man Friday.
What a
Does
web
he love
you
it
have.
that much?
Does he love what?
Spider-Man.
Big fan of Spider-Man and Roman Reigns. Yeah, big fan of both. And fireworks. And the Mets have fireworks.
Oh, dude.
Is he making it to fireworks?
So the last time I took young Spence to fireworks
that's
night.
9-something.
That's a long day with the movie.
The last time I took him, there was an hour, 20-minute rain delay. Game didn't start till 8:30. The game was then 3 hours. So the fireworks didn't start till 11:30. Passed out in the 8th inning. Woke him up for the fireworks. Was good to go. So it's okay to take a little bit of a cat nap. And I've learned how to score the game while holding a sleeping child at a baseball game.
Well, Evan, you just, you figured out life there, right?
I mean, I figured it out. The key is you got to keep him on your right knee, wrap the right arm around him because I'm a lefty. So he's positioned and comfortable. I got the book on my left knee, left hand. I'm scoring as he is cradled around my right arm on my right knee. Bang, what's up?
Well, just looking at the forecast, doesn't look like you're getting rain. Should have a pretty perfect day. So perfect.
Yeah, it's a perfect day.
Tomorrow's the pick of the week. Great day to sit inside of the movie.
Well, that's just for an hour and a half.
Yeah, 2 hours.
I mean, it's not
and
like
he's going to have popcorn. He might take a nap, so it could be good.
I'm a big drive-in movie guy. My kids have no interest in it, and neither does my wife. Whenever I bring it up, it's like, no, the theater. It's loud. It sounds, the colors, everything like that. And I'm like, guys, drive-in movies are amazing. It's Americana.
Yeah,
they are not into it.
Have they ever done it?
My kids have never done a drive-in movie. My wife's done it. She likes it, but
I can get why you feel that. Like some people could feel that way because it doesn't feel like you're actually at a movie.
It's not the full movie experience.
But on a nice night to sit outside?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I think it is? I think you need a movie that's not based on special effects or the sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you need like a romantic comedy. Like I think a romantic comedy, because then you're not relying. It's just watching something entertaining.
Yeah.
Now for kids, they like the 3D, and all these movies are in 3D and 4D.
Mm.
So
yeah, you definitely need a theater for that.
You do. And so I wouldn't want to take away the 4D experience. Now, have you done 4D?
I have not.
It's crazy.
You guys have talked about it for a couple of years
Dude,
now.
it's like going on a
have yet to
Disney
do it.
ride. Like you're moving, you're shaking, you got the 3D.
And this is 4D you're going to.
This is 4D.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
And they spill water on your face sometimes. They spray stuff. The one thing is, if you're going to a movie and you're planning on falling asleep, you cannot do that in a 4D movie.
It's also it's a tough snack situation. That's why I didn't love it.
Why? Because you shake so much the candy falls out?
Well, I stuck Chipotle burritos in. I'm trying to eat that thing. I'm watching Twisters. I'm going through a storm. Chicken and corn are flying out of the tortilla.
That's the wrong movie to go to.
Yeah.
In 4D.
Yeah, you picked the wrong one. That's a good point. Because you're going to get a lot of action.
Right. You got to just hang on to your seat in that case.
That's true. I should have seen that in 4D. Let's go to Annabelle in Bridgeport, Connecticut. What's up, Annabelle?
Hey, how you doing, Evan and Tiki? How you doing, man?
All's well.
Good.
Good. Before I come to get to my point, can you do me a favor when Greg walks in, just tell him that you spoke with me?
Craig Carton?
Yeah.
I'm not going to see him today, but I will at some point say I spoke to Annabelle. You got it.
Yeah, because every time I spoke with him one time, and every time I talk to him, he always put Ozzie Guillen on me. I'm surprised you guys haven't put it on me yet, but...
What, he thinks you sound like Ozzie Guillen? Is that what you're telling me?
No. What happened was at one time, we were looking for a manager when they fired Mendoza, and I said, I think the manager that they met you get is Ozzie Guillen, and ever since then, every time I talk to him, I say, I got this for you. He puts that on me.
Oh,
anyway,
I got you.
Okay. All right. So, hey, this is the deal. I don't want Lindor to go anywhere.
I don't either.
You know, I mean, he has a long contract. And eventually, if he can't play shortstop no more, he can move to third base.
I agree. I think eventually, unless you're selfish like Derek Jeter, you move off of shortstop. What a way to end the show. Just throw that in there. This is a random dig. I'm open to making the roster better. So my attitude on Lindor is I'm not trying to trade him, but after a 90-plus loss season, everything's got to be on the table, including possibly that. If you've missed any of the show, including why Lindor for Bryce Harper actually makes sense, you could rewind it on the free Odyssey app. Yankee baseball is coming up next. We, and by we I mean Tiki and Sean, will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Full Giants? Full Giants?
No, you never know what happens today. Evan can't prepare that.
All right. Enjoy it. Goodbye.
Oregon, Arizona?